I thought we were supposed to be.
All right.
Well, you had me from the start. By the way you said, the way you wrote up on me, yeah. Man, I felt your energy. Wasn't used to being loved and treated differently, yeah. But something went wrong, the signals got crossed, and now we're on completely different pages. Let's go where we were, where no one gets hurt.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Kdot the party. Cause I'm the life of the party. You already know I'm also nasty on those ones and twos, cause you know I make it do what it do. Thank y'all for joining the conversation, relations and relationships. I appreciate you guys for being here today. We got a full panel, man. I told you this show gonna be really lit today. So I hope y'all got y'all popcorn, y'all Kool-Aid, or y'all Hennessy, whatever y'all want to drink on.
I
You
like
know what I'm
that.
saying? You dig?
Say Kool-Aid.
I like that.
But the thing is, we gonna get it popping, and I have some great panelists today. We did have uh, a relationship therapist scheduled today, but she wasn't able to make it because she has to, at the end of the day, she got to attend to the people and duty calls. So shout out to her. We'll try to get her on the next show, and she might even, if she still has enough time, we'll try to squeeze her in to ask her some relationship questions because I don't know it all, and I don't pretend to know it all, but I do know a lot. So that's why we have the conversation so we can listen to each other. And I seen that eye roll, Miss Samantha, but
Get him, honey.
but yeah. But the thing is, that's what we do. We're gonna have a great today, and and I'm not the only host here. I have my lovely co-host, Miss Eliza Havoc, the queen of the show. We're gonna introduce everybody, and we're gonna have everybody introduce themselves individually. Road Dog, go ahead and bring us all in.
Hello.
All right. All right, my
Somebody's
co-host
mic
to the right of me, Miss
Hello.
Eliza Havoc. Can you please introduce yourself, Queen?
Hello. My name is Eliza Havoc. I'm usually the one that's very calm, but sometimes I get a little bit perturbed. So, with that being said, hey, just like the man said, we're talking about relationships and relations, and we're here to get it popping. We're not sugarcoating shit. We ain't hand holding. We ain't doing none of that little sweet kind of stuff. If y'all want that, y'all can go ahead and get your own relationship and save that for the first part of it. That'd be great. Right now, we talking about real shit and real relationships. So, with this being said, Mr. Road Dog, if you will, please go ahead and bring everybody else in. And let's go ahead and get it popping. Now we have our lovely Chantel. She's
All right.
there you go.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lazarus. Go ahead. Please introduce yourself and anybody. All right.
I'm Chantel. I'm Kdot's little sister. Well, younger sister.
What's up, kiddo?
Yep.
Might be a little
That's some
sister,
love
but
right
very,
there.
very wise in all of our years. Why? Because she is a beautiful black woman. So the next one we have up is Mr. Will Wright, never to be taken for Mr. Wrong. Go ahead and please introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, what's going on, people? I'm comedian Will Wright, man. I'm just hanging up here to have some fun today.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Now remember, that's right. And that's right. And that's right. And that's right
That's right.
again. Okay. So then a little bit below us here, we have Miss Lovebug. Please be careful because whenever you go ahead and give hugs and kisses, that shit will stick. Okay. So with that, please
Hi.
introduce yourself, ma'am.
It looks like she lost audio again.
We don't have
We,
audio.
we
We can't
cannot
hear
hear
you.
you, darling. But
Is
you know
anybody
what?
else echoing?
Everything that she
You're
said,
too close
I
to the
don't hear
mic,
any
Mike.
other.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's our trace. You're too close to the mic. There we go. All right. Back it on up.
I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and fill in for Miss Lovebug. I don't know what she said, but you know what? She said she is great. She is melanin. She is beautiful. She is a goddess. For those that know, you know. If you don't, well, you about to learn today. Pineapples. So moving on. Hello, Miss Sweetie. How are you?
Hi, I'm Sweet Tea, and I am here because I love you guys and I want to be a part of this conversation. And I'm new in the community, and I think you guys are doing fabulous, great, wonderful work.
Oh, thank you so much. See, and this is how we let people on, y'all.
We love you
There were
right
certain
back, Miss
people, 'cause we're not
PT.
gonna be letting everybody
Thank
on.
you.
Certain people. Certain people. We ain't
Yes.
letting everybody on. Look here. But see, whenever you got vibes like that, it makes you just want to sit there and say, "Come on through to the cookout."
Yeah, I absolutely adore you.
But we're not bringing any raisin potato salad.
No, ma'am.
I said what I said. Okay.
Just some spice.
Can't have that.
Okay.
Go
So we
ahead.
have our SR Trace in the building.
Hey, I don't know if anybody else is echoing. I keep putting my face to this mic.
That's perfect.
Hi,
That's perfect.
y'all. I
Right
hope
there is perfect.
everybody's all right.
hmm
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
hmm
hear you.
Man, okay, because everybody's echoing. Like, I hear everything twice. But it's cool. Hey, I'm SR Trace. I'm glad to join the conversation. Um, all right.
All right.
The thing that might help is if you go in settings on the computer
Right.
and go ahead and go to your audio settings and kind of play with the cancellation and stuff like this, and then literally it'll kind of stop the echo. But without further ado, for everyone that is here on the panel, we have saved the absolutely best for last. And when I say best, yes, I mean better than our damn host. I said what I said. I meant what I said. Okay. So, with that being said, hello, old school. Welcome to the panel. Please introduce yourself as only you can.
Damn, she said that about me. I damn near had an orgasm. Girl, you better stop. Shit. Ooh, I gotta. Ooh. Damn. Hey, my name old school. I'm here to bring an old school perspective to some shit I've been around, done stuff, done things. Coming from Detroit, hey, I just been there, so I'm just here to bring an old school perspective to all this, but the real shit that's here. So let's have some fun and get down.
Yay.
All right, y'all.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you think that you can be able to add wonderful insight to our show before we go ahead and we do our next show, go ahead and email us, hit us up, or if you all have Facebook, hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on different social medias. And if you can actually get a hold of us, then we'll be more than happy to go ahead and bring you on the show. But remember, our subjects are sometimes controversial. Some are very, very loving, but a lot are meant to make people uncomfortable. It's gonna hurt your feelings, and sometimes you're gonna think. In the process of this, if we can sit there and have a safe space to be able to have this type of conversation and be able to grow and love and build from it, that is why we are here. That is what we're here for. If you are not mature enough to be able to handle that conversation, baby, I'm gonna need you to exit stage left. This is not for
Right.
you. This is grown folks only. And when I say grown folks, I do mean those people who, one, know how to hold themselves accountable, two, who can sit there and take responsibility for some shit, and three, not gonna sit there and have a whole temper tantrum or fit because some shit does not apply to you. Grown folks. Okay. So,
there we go. And then
with that being
also,
said,
Ladybug, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I think it's working now. And then it went bye-bye.
Oh,
There we go.
Man, y'all gotta take real. Y'all gotta take real off. I want to go have a dinner. What the?
Hold on, we got to get the echo.
Now we got
You're killing me over here. I'm watching him like,
Okay.
I'm trying to hide my food.
is it good?
Okay.
We're good now.
And then also, I gotta introduce my amazing producer who helps put this together. He works so hard, man. He really does, and I appreciate him. Mr. Road Dog Media, thank you, sir. Let's give everybody a hand clap sound. Can we get everybody? Can we get that sound? You know what I'm saying? Road Dog.
I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't really think that the amazing Road Dog would get an introduction. This man is not all over YouTube. He's known by us. He's known by many names. You know, Splendid Daddy Road Dog.
You think somebody?
It sounds like
I hear repeat.
It sounds like somebody watching.
We got
the show.
some kind of echo.
Yeah.
Somebody sounds like he watching
There we
the
go.
show.
It's gone now.
Okay,
Cool. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Go ahead, Eliza. I'm sorry.
You know, he goes by many names. Splendid Daddy Road Dog, Sugar Daddy Road Dog, Big Daddy Road Dog, just Road Dog Media, Road in Tow. We're adding Tow for Life into there, and many other names. So I really didn't think that he needed an introduction, but if he does, he is the one, the only, never duplicated. I missed that whole saying because I was supposed to say something else first. But you know what? We're gonna make it work. Okay.
Road Diggity Dog. I call him Road Diggity Dog.
Yeah.
Road Diggity Dog. Yes, we like that.
Hey, every time Kdot calls me, that's exactly what he says. Road Diggity Dog. It cracks me up every time.
That's my special name for him.
Wait,
I got an echo.
Okay, so let's go through and start muting mics. So we can see where the echoes coming from.
I can mute mine.
You.
Okay, old school. Let's go ahead and mute.
What?
Actually, I think it was RS Trace.
Oh, that's what it looked like.
Because when you muted, the echo went away.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
It
It didn't do that
What's
before.
going on with that big ass mic? That's what it is, man.
Okay, guys.
I see his face all day. It's like.
Let's get into the topic. Eliza, can you let them know what the title of the not the show, but the subject matter?
Oh, certainly. This is one that's dear to my heart. Narcissistic men who shit on other men and then lie to their ladies. Let's talk about it. Ooh, and I love this.
And we're gonna be talking to the person that we talking about is Derek.
The one, the only Derek motherfucking Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And he spelled Jackson wrong. But anyway, that's
he spells it the cool way.
Sorry. But we're gonna get right into it.
Put it like this: there is such a distaste for this man. Honestly, I wouldn't even be offended if white people said the N-word when it came to this one.
Very encouraging that.
That's what y'all should do. I'm feeling free.
That's our trace. I think it is it's your mic. It wasn't doing that before. I don't know what happened. Okay,
He may have to drop out and come back in.
Okay, so here's the thing, Road Dog. I did send you a before we get started on the subject matter. I did send you something. It was like a post. Did you get that? It was on your messenger.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up then.
Let's bring that up. As soon as Eliza gets back, she's gonna read the post, and I want to know what you guys' viewpoint is on it. So, and then we'll get started into Mr. Derek Jackson. And I want honest answers. Don't hold back. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. That's okay. We're having a conversation, and the goal is to make sure that we have it. So that's the main purpose, to have the conversation. We're not gonna argue. We just we might bicker a little bit, but what I'm saying is that
you know damn well it's gonna be one somewhere.
Still got love.
But it's gonna be exactly, Sweet Tea. It's gonna be with love. And shout out to Sweet Tea. She is also a brand new police auditor, and she be getting the name. And she is killing it right now out in Colorado Springs. And salute to you, ma'am. And I want y'all to go subscribe to her. So if we have any of my mods in here, can we please make sure we put her channel up there, please? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Miss Eliza, you're gonna go ahead and read that.
Yes, not a problem.
Yeah.
Me and this guy are dating, and I mentioned to him that I am waiting for marriage to have sex. The guy I am dating says he's cool with that, and then he mentions that we should go Dutch, with when he goes on dates because he's saving his money for his wife. What the fuck? I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I like that shit. I'm not even gonna lie. That shit is funny. I told him that's
okay,
not cool.
Eliza, I'm sorry.
I told him that's not cool, that he will not spend money on me because I want to wait until marriage. He says that's not the case at all, but clarifies that, just like sex, he should be a good steward with his money and reserve that for his wife. I think he follows you. Is he wrong? Oh, can I answer that, please? Please?
Yeah, go ahead, answer it.
That man is not motherfucking wrong. I said what the fuck I said. He's not. At the end of the day, whenever a woman wants to date,
Eliza,
yes.
You're supposed to introduce the people to say it, and then we respond last.
I'm sorry.
Fuck it, she already started talking. Let's get it out of the way.
So Eliza will be picking the person to respond. Lord Jesus, she just got all in. I'm sorry. We go last. We go last.
But okay, you know what? Okay, fine.
Go ahead.
Miss
She's going to be picking.
Miss Sweet Tea, you go first. You sit there and tell us how you feel about that.
Oh God. Okay, I've never been married. I raised my daughter by myself since day one. I've always been independent. I like it when a man can offer to take me on a date and pay for the date, but I don't want to feel like I have an obligation to give him back in return.
Right.
So I actually just quit dating altogether. So it solves that problem.
So do you agree with what he said, or you disagree? Be honest.
Well, it kind of depends. Going Dutch, I pay for me and you pay for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So I suppose if it's somebody who I feel like I'd want to invest in, then I'd want him to invest in me. But if it's somebody that I'm not really feeling it with, then I'm going to go ahead and pay for myself and not feel obligated.
That part.
Okay. That's our honest opinion. Okay.
Now I'm mad that I get to go last. See, look. Mm-hmm.
Well, you co-host, take your time because everybody's got to wait like you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Next.
Well,
Next.
then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go to you, and then I'm gonna go to you, Old School, and then after Old School, I'm gonna go to Chantel, and then Mr. Wright.
Well, I kind of say 50-50 or not agreeing.
2 minutes.
What'd you say?
2 minutes.
Okay. Personally, if you're dating someone, if you're interested in her, you're gonna offer as a man, you're gonna offer to pay in the first place. That's because you're interested. If you're not, it's Dutch. Who cares? Because you're there just having a good time. So you're not trying to. But even when you're having a date, you're not, being a man. I'm not asking you to give me anything in return. I'm just letting you know I care enough about you and I like you. I'm gonna pay this time. That's just what a man does. I open up your door and put the chair in you. As a man, I'm gonna pay anyway. And I might not be interested in the first place. I'm just doing it as a man. That's what I do. Dutch, if y'all talk about Dutch, you already set the standard saying we ain't in each other because we already ain't taking the risk of spending that money or whatever because we scared it ain't nothing there. So, yeah, if you're not interested in her and I'm saying for my wife, and you're not the woman I'm planning to be my wife, we're born Dutch. But if I'm planning on us going further, then I'm gonna do something nice and show you I give them. I care, I'll pay. So yes and no.
I feel that.
Yes and no.
Depending
on situation.
Someone's mic needs to be muted temporarily because that there is a high pitched noise.
Is it mine? Let me turn mine off.
No, it ain't mine, huh?
Is there a buzzing sound?
Yeah, I hear it in my.
Oh,
yeah.
That's mine.
It just went down.
Look here, DJ Kdot. If you do not sit there and get you a new mic, we
talk about my mic, my big old mic, your little mic with the noise.
My mic, honey, my mic is a bar. So I just do me.
Can we go on to the next person, please? Thank you.
Go ahead, Chantel.
I feel as though like that. I don't know. When I go on dates, I always make sure I have money, regardless, because I'm never going to assume that you're going to pay, even if you ask me. But I also feel like if I ask a person to go out, like I am willing to pay because I did ask him to go. So I don't think the guy was wrong necessarily, but I feel like he felt like he's obligated to have sex if he's paying for the date. Mm-hmm. So I just don't make that obligation, like, or keep it up front, like, or keep it 100, like, oh well, I want to have sex after we leave here, so I'm gonna pay for this date, but this is what I'm expecting. I think if you were upfront and honest from the jump, then I think you give people the option. People don't like when their option is taken away from them, which that's one thing with me. Like, don't take my option from me, because I might be down. You never know if you just are open and honest with me and tell me the truth. That's my little skill.
1,000.
I agree, Mr. Wright. Don't get it wrong.
So I'm gonna say this almost the same thing as I'm gonna say yes, he is not wrong for how he feels about his money, for one. And the other reason why I will say he's wrong, if I don't care if you're a male or female, if you invite somebody out on a date, it's your bill. That's how I feel. If you invite somebody out to a date, it's your bill. But how I feel is though, women feel as y'all obligated to be catered to and be swept off your feet with our money, and y'all feel as though y'all should be obligated to pass off some of that pussy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, you're gonna have listen. I'm not
90-day rule.
No, listen. You can have a rule. No,
I'm trying not to say nothing, bro.
Listen. You can have the rule.
2 minutes. You got this 2 minutes.
You can have the rule, but we not gonna act like pussy is not equivalent to the American dollar. Let's be real.
It's true. It is.
It's definitely equivalent because women use it. Y'all use it to get money from us half the time. So when someone treats you as such, you can't get upset on and that such. Like, you gonna tell me you're not gonna? All right, cool. So I'm not about this. You spend all my money on you, and you're not gonna end up being my wife. That man is 100% correct because I invested in you to be my wife. Now, if I'm spending my money, I'm investing into you to be something I want to be with, and it could be sexually or it could be marriage or whatever. But it's let's get real. I'm just saying it again. Pussy is equivalent to the American dollar.
There you go.
Point blank period.
Currency.
Yes,
Currency,
currency.
bro.
Now, pussy is currency.
Yeah.
Put it on the stock market. Put it on the stock market.
That
You need to
No,
put it on the stock
the,
market.
Yeah.
Put it on-
the saddest part is when
put
he
it on the
said
damn
that.
stock market.
I'm
It's
not gonna
real.
lie. I sat there and thought about how many women out there be sitting there and like them drug addicts and them dope heads and everything else. People can get offended by this, but at the end of the day, I can't tell you how many dope heads, how many crackheads will sit there and say, well, you know what? I'll fuck you. Or I'll sit there and give you my kids. And whenever they're doing that, they're exchanging that as currency for their
currency.
drug and for their
Yeah.
habit. We don't want to look at it like that. But when that man said that shit, he was 100% motherfucking right.
Yeah, I agree.
Instead of cryptocurrency,
But I'm gonna be
it's
quiet. I'm
pussy
gonna be. I'm
currency.
gonna be quiet.
Instead of
I'm waiting
cryptocurrency,
my
it's
turn.
pussy currency.
It's a
Just
beat
call it
corn.
new. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah, you gonna
Eliza.
call it
Pick the
a
next
bad
person.
corn
Mr.
or-
Mr.
that's what it
RS,
is.
Old
Put it
school.
on the stock market.
He's gonna.
hold on. Mr. RS, and then the host, and then Road Dog, and then me.
I don't even date, so I can't. And for the reason of, I don't really have a budget to date. So if I was to try to, get to know somebody, I would want to have some money to, date with. Of course, I'm gonna spend money. Like, I want to have a good time, and the person I'm with, I want them to have a good time too. But if they're inviting me, of course we can split the bill. I'll still pay my way. You pay your way, but I don't date because I don't have a budget to date. I'm saving for my wife.
That's
So,
real. I like that.
All right.
Real talk. Real talk.
I like
Real
that.
nigga
All
shit.
right.
Real nigga
Eliza,
shit.
go ahead with the next person.
I said you, honey.
Oh, it was me.
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
okay.
honey.
All right,
You
cool.
heard
All right.
it first time.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very polite of you. I appreciate it. I got 2 minutes. Okay. All right. Well, y'all know what I'm gonna say. I totally agree with that young man or old man or whatever man he is. I don't know what his age is, and here's the reason why I say this. And the thing is, if I'm spending my money and you told me up front that you don't want to have that, you're waiting to have sex. Okay, cool. Depending on if you are a virgin or if you're a virgin or if you're not a virgin will determine my decision measures. Now, if you're a virgin, then I will respect that because then I know if I want to invest in a wife that has low miles. Okay, so
Did you just say
if she's a
did.
virgin, she ain't got no miles. You know what
No
I'm saying?
miles.
So I'm gonna invest in that. If I'm really
Road
feeling
Dog,
her,
please get his shovel.
and if
Hey, I'm in my foxhole at the moment.
if I'm going to invest, you know what I'm saying, she's going to be a virgin. Cool, that's cool. If we're talking about you not giving up the the yummy, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. I can respect that, and I just got to wait until I marry you. I got to work my way up to that. I have no problem with that. Now, if you are not a virgin, absolutely not. You can go ahead and pay your half of the date, and I'll pay my half of the date, and we can absolutely go Dutch because you told me up front what your intentions is, and your intentions is to not give me any type of good. And I have to marry you, even though I don't know how many miles you got on your coochie. So. Absolutely not a fair deal. I agree with that young man. So I will digress.
How you know if they a virgin or not, though?
Right.
No. If she says that she would hope I would. I mean, who lies? I mean, I'm not saying
everybody
who lies, on
lies,
shit, but I would hope that she doesn't lie
Everybody's
on her
always trying to make
shit.
themselves look better.
But I mean, who am I to tell? I can't. What am I going? No, you're lying. Like you're not a virgin. Like who am I to tell you? You're not. Like she might be a virgin. She might be. I got to take her word for it.
I literally have people
it's a risk. But is it not a risk though? I gotta trust your word on.
I see where you're coming from. I mean, just for that, I've had people sit there and tell me that I was lying about being a virgin whenever, because I didn't lose my purity until I was 19, almost 20. But I was physically appealing to them, so they assumed that because they gave it up sooner, I should have too.
Sure.
And so I was lying about that shit all the time. But Road Dog, do you want to answer this question, honey?
I'd be happy to answer it.
Go ahead.
in my opinion, why not pay for the date? If you're that interested in the person, invest in them. Go out for a date or two. If you're not feeling it, then obviously you're going to back out. No harm, no loss. At least you had a good time, good conversation, things like that. So, in my opinion, no, I don't agree with it. I think that if you ask a girl out, you should pay. Now, if you ask her out, hey, look, let's go Dutch from the get-go, that's another thing.
Yeah.
But if you're investing in somebody because obviously you like them,
Yeah.
why not pay for the date?
Well, I'm talking about. Well, remember, he's saying up front. This is what she wanted up front. I'm not having sex with you. If you're taking somebody on a date and she states, I'm not having sex with you until I'm married. So that she says that right up
Would
front.
that not show you she has good honors?
Huh?
And integrity? That would show that she has good honors and integrity.
Bullshit.
And that would be somebody you would want to invest in.
That means she's stingy. That means she could be stingy.
She's
too.
absolutely stingy and manipulative.
But
So I don't have.
She just came out of a whole phase or something. She just got out that whole phase.
Exactly. Don't religious people people in religion. There's going to say there's sex for marriage.
Hold on, let Road Dog respond. Go ahead.
Well, let him finish because I haven't gone yet.
Road Dog, go ahead and respond.
No, I was just saying it's your job to figure out if this is going to be the person for you. Now, if she says that to you before you guys go out and then you decide, you know what, maybe it's something I want to hold off on. Okay, well, let's take the first couple dates, Dutch, and then I'll start investing in you. But why not invest into a good woman that wants to wait till marriage? In my opinion,
I don't mind
if
him.
you ask a girl out, it's your job to pay.
What is wrong with that?
No, it's not. Why is it a man's job to pay for a woman that fool for? Like why? I'm just asking. Why is men got to be obligated to do that?
Hold on.
Okay, if a girl asks me out, I would expect her to pay. If I ask her out,
all
I
right,
expect
cool.
to pay.
All right, I respect that one. I respect that answer. But you said men are obligated at first.
No,
if you're the one asking the person out, then you're obligated to pay, in my opinion.
I get that. She says
right.
Gentlemen, it's my turn. Everybody's gone.
Go ahead, Eliza. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Honestly,
get us started. Let her go. Let her go.
Timer's going.
Tell them, old school. Tell them. No, my viewpoint.
Give her time. Let her go. Go, babe. You alone.
Thank you. My viewpoint on that is the fact of this. If she was upfront, letting you know that there's not going to be any sex had, and the main reason she did that, I can tell you right now, is because it has already been insinuated, and we don't want to sit there and get lines crossed. So, in other words, no matter how much of a good time we have, I'm not sleeping with you. And it's not really to be a bitch. It's literally just, these can be her morals. This can be it can be a religious reason. It can be a physical reason. I mean, shit, she could be dealing with, trying to get over an STD, or there's anything out there that she could be dealing with. And at the end of the day, you have some men that are so gun-ho, or they get so in their feelings about some pussy that this woman was literally trying to help you dodge a bullet, my guy. Like, no one really knows why she made her choice. But the thing is that from the jump, she sat there and let this be known so that there was no miscommunication, there was no misunderstanding, there was no mistakes made of any kind. If I'm sitting there telling you we not smashing, that means don't try to push up on me. Don't sit there and try to rub up on me. Don't sit there and be trying to rub my thighs. Don't be sitting there trying to touch on my ass. Don't be doing none of that shit. Don't get me wrong. I mean, shit, I'm a married woman. My man better do all that damn shit. But at the end of the day, if I'm letting you know from the jump, nothing, then yes, I think, me personally, I would also want to go Dutch. I don't feel like the man was wrong. And because guess what? For me, if I'm already sitting here and setting this in the sand, if this is my boundary and I'm setting this in the sand, then I don't want you to sit there and take any reason to sit there and try to say you didn't understand what the fuck I wanted. That means I don't want to
I
have
was
to
up.
worry. I don't want to have to worry about no. Oh, the timer went off.
Yeah,
This starting to
Great
get good
point,
too.
I know it was getting
I mean,
good.
it's real shit though. I don't want to have to worry about somebody putting nothing in my drink. You sitting there trying to date rape me or none of that shit.
Right.
I don't
Right.
want that shit. And then not
Does-
only that,
does-
but if I'm telling you, I'm telling somebody else in case that
Does-
shit goes down.
Does anybody have a rebuttal to the subject? Does anybody else have anything else to say about this? Oh, Will, go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
I heard what you just said about that he could be dodging a bullet, right? That's cool.
Mhm.
It sounds good. But most of the time, if someone has an STD, they're gonna tell you that up front. That's not. I don't think.
Well, baby,
she
I
was
wouldn't know.
dodging.
I ain't never had one. So
I'm just saying. Somebody would probably, especially not one that just came over. Like, come on, the first night. Maybe you could dodge a bullet without telling him you're not gonna get no. I'm waiting for marriage. You could dodge a bullet because the ones that clear up, it only take like a week or two or whatever, something like that. But anything other than that, it's like you got like them real ones that last forever. You gotta tell that up front, like, hey, listen, I know you won't want to do X, Y, and Z, but this is what it is. It's not that, I'm gonna wait till marriage and then tell you, hey, you remember the reason why I really didn't want to do nothing with you? I wanted to trap you to give you the same thing I got. Like I don't think that's what it would.
I mean, at the end of the day, we really don't know. And I mean, shit, I got a whole bunch of people that's over there in Atlanta and shit, they be doing that shit all the time. They be sitting there smashing, knowing they got major shit and don't say a motherfucking word. Go ahead, Mr. Old School.
I gotta say, Mister, call me old school. I'm old fart. Get off of that. Anyway, the point. I mean, another thing about, like you said, dodging the bullet, all the other kind of stuff. I mean, it always goes. It's sometimes it go both ways. Sometimes a man, I've been out with women that feel offended if I don't jump on the booty. I'm trying to respect you as a woman and try to get in your head. You worry about. I didn't even try to school you. You know, I've been trying to be a gentleman, open up the door, thinking a man, I'm gonna pay because that's what men do. That's why I grew up. I've been called gay because I'm trying to be a gentleman. So now I'm gonna be a damn dog. You know, you pay your own shit. But it's just a misrepresentation. It becomes trying to be straight or being, you know, every time you take out a woman, don't mean I'm trying to get in your drawers. But 9 days, that's what it is. I mean, like the last panel. There was some young ladies saying the women be trying to find the way to get out of their drawers. I'm like this: if I meet you tonight and you talking about fucking me tonight, what was your last night? I'm not going there. I'm trying to get with somebody that ain't been on that. So going out and dating and taking time and spending money, but the attitude about like now, women all talking, or men or women all talking about this casual shit. What's casual? Well, if casual means we're just gonna hang out, fuck each other. I call you when I get a hard on, you call me. That's fine. I ain't call you to say hi every day. I ain't call you to do nothing else. We go out, you pay yours, I pay mine. Put that shit up front, then you ain't gotta have a problem. But a lot of times that shit ain't up front. You find out 6 months down the road. I thought we was gonna just be casual. Really? Put the shit up front, you ain't gotta go through the bullshit. You gotta have this misjudgment or misunderstanding. Tell the shit up front. I just wanna fucking have fun. Just take me out there, I'll pay my own, pay yours. We go home, spend an hour, do my thing, go on about your business.
You know what, Old School? Honestly, I agree with you. Because at the end of the day, that's part of the problem that we actually have in dating, believe it or not. Because, well, no. I say that because you know what? There's a lot of women.
Sex out of in the first place, and then you ain't got to do that.
Hear me out, y'all. There's a lot of
Wait,
women.
hold on, Eliza.
Yes.
Marcus is a damn fool. He said you got to take a test drive.
I know. I saw that, Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
I saw that, Mr. Wilson.
It's okay. We all grown here. We all grown.
He said he got to take a test drive to make sure.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad.
I do. Tell you right.
It's true though.
I'm gonna do that shit before I get married, cause shit.
Some people feel like that,
right?
Some people feel like that, yeah. Wait to get married.
My husband got jokes too. But initially,
it's a game.
The reason I sit there and I agree with that is because you know what? There's a lot of women that want nothing but sex, just like there's a lot of men. At one point in time, a lot of women got ridiculed for
like
shit.
Now,
in this day and age, we're very prone and open with our fucking sexuality. I mean, you got women that'll fuck women, you got women that'll fuck men. And so at the end of the day, guess what? You can't get what the fuck it is that gets you off if you got a closed mouth. in multiple ways to that statement. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of, look, let's say I'm sitting here dating. Matter of fact, whenever me and my husband got together, we were supposed to be dating. I sat there and told him I don't want to date, bro. I want to fuck. That's what I want to do. I want to fuck. So, and he sat there and looked at me. First, he was like, nah. I was like, no. He was like, all right, I think about it.
Got an echo somewhere.
Okay. Sorry. He was like, all right, I think about it. The next day we came up, we were supposed to be fuck buddies. That was it. No friends with benefits, because we weren't getting dental, wasn't getting medical, none of that shit. We were supposed to be fucking across the board. Whenever you're done with your nut, I'm supposed to go my way. Whenever I'm done with my nut, you go your way, etc., etc. We fucked up. I started talking and having fucking grown folk conversations, and then we done fell in love and shit. That was not even supposed to be a part of the fucking thing. It was not. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Got good to you. Friends with benefits. Yeah.
We went from fucking to friends.
See, I told a lady, I asked her I was dating
benefits to a relationship.
I think friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits.
Mm-hmm. Our shit.
That's what it is. Casual.
I agree.
Casual means friends with benefits.
And here's the thing. The thing is, like, I want to be very clear. If I'm going to be my when I date, especially now, it's intention. My intention is marry Mike.
Going in and out.
I want to marry. I want to find a wife. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to find a partner. I want to find a wife. Okay. Because that's who I want to help take care of and spoil and all those type. And she can spoil me with, you know, what I need her to bring to the table.
Both ways.
But if I'm not saying I don't respect her because she doesn't want to have sex. I'm just saying I just want her to respect me, that I am also allowed to leave from the table if I don't agree with her demands. That's all I'm saying. If she doesn't want to have sex with me and she's not a virgin, and because I don't know, she could have just sucked up, you know, old dude yesterday. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, then you really don't want her fucking you, bro.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying. So in a way, she's doing me. So right, in a way, that right. But what I'm saying is that I have an option to walk away as well. So, and he's right. I agree with that young man. He says, look, I'm going to invest in my wife. And he was very articulate and clear. The thing that I didn't like was that she didn't like that.
Yeah, and that's something that I.
That's the thing I didn't like. She was just like, well, wait, you're not willing to spend money. Well, hold on, you don't get to control that. You don't get to control that man's money. Where
only my wife get to control my money.
Right. It's like. But at the end of the day, the consumer is really controls the price. You know what I'm saying? Because if they go to a something that they would like and they don't agree the price, they can leave. You know what I'm saying?
Which is like the brother said. Well, people realize too, like
then you're gonna have to lower your price. So consumers dictate the price.
Hold on, Kdot. Old school talking.
I don't interrupt. You know, you get the echo and all that, so it's hard to see when you finish. But the whole thing, like you talking about the man saying that I'm trying to save my money for a wife. Well, a lot of men don't understand. A lot of women. 65, almost 55 to 45% of the women that go to college don't go to college and get a degree. They trying to find a man that they can. That's going.
That's very true. That's very
do
true.
What they want
That's
to
very
do.
true.
They in there trying to find that mode. That man, he's either intelligent, he's an athlete, he's doing whatever. He's going somewhere. I'm trying to find him.
Yep,
I'm trying to find him. That, you know, and I'm telling you,
I agree.
It's fucking real. So just like women doing it, why can't a man do the same thing and say, I'm saying my shit for the right woman? Why I got to be any different or be disrespectful, whatever? It's going on.
I agree with you.
Women do it every freaking day. So
I agree 100%.
You know,
it's a thing called double standard.
All right, go ahead, Will.
Yeah, double standard.
It's a thing called the double standard. So you know, we play by that. We play by those games all the time. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to money, men, you have to pay, or you're not a real man. You try to use that
right.
Now you've been labeled
to belittle us, and you know that's all ego stroke for us. Like,
right?
Oh, word, I'm not. Oh, I ain't no man. Watch, I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna peel this off. show you that I'm a man. I can hold it down.
Or
but
do what I gotta do to get it. Since you
No,
dog
yeah,
me out, said
yeah, since you're gonna dog me out.
Yeah.
So basically, that's all it is. It's about the game.
Yes.
You know, everything is a lot of things are one sided. Like you can tell me no sex, so I can't tell you no money. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, you can't do that. You can't take that out. That's not your body. That's not your spirit. Oh yes, it is.
Well, if you have to sit there and use your body to obtain that shit, yes, it is. Yeah, and honestly, I mean, you know what, Mr. Wright, ironically, I agree with you. I believe you're right. I mean, because at the end of the day, for me, I mean, shit, if I sit there and tell you no sex, part of my mind, the main reason I'm sitting there and saying no sex is because I'm really not interested. I mean, now, mind you, let me also say this. I'm also go ahead and put this out there. Now, mind you, I also come from a background of selling fantasies. So if I am interested, but I tell you no sex, baby, honey, just because I said it wasn't no sex don't mean I ain't going to drive you fucking crazy and I'm going to do this shit on purpose because a bitch know how to get down. Okay, so, I mean, excuse me, didn't mean to refer to myself as a bitch, but yeah. But at the end of the day, my whole thing is regardless of whether I say no sex or not, I also would sit there and say, I'm gonna need you to sit there and instead of making a quick judgment based off of one thing I said, watch my body language. Because a lot of times I like a challenge. That's something that turns me on. That works for me. So if I sit there and I tell you something like no sex, like I've sat there and I've told about my husband before. I'll sit there and suck this man dick while he's sitting here and playing a motherfucking video game and tell him you bet not die. If you die, I stop. So he already knows.
What game is this?
Huh?
What game is this?
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
What?
Sitting there and playing.
What?
Halo.
Nigga, I would never die. I would never
die. I swear to God, he good as fuck at that game. Boy, look, or he'll sit there and be on the headset with his other Xbox friends and shit, and then all these motherfuckers will make sure he don't die. Okay.
All right, guys.
But see, the whole point that I was making is the fact that even though I said that, I will also do certain things that's going to, strike your heat up. Have you standing at attention, get you all excited to where even though I said no sex, baby, there are many other things around sex. We can sit there and do whatever. I can sit and once again, that's because there's a part of my history that comes from selling fantasies. And so that's
it because the value of your vagina is more powerful than the value of a penis. You can get away with that shit. A man can sit there all day and be doing it. You wouldn't give a rat's
not mine.
But a woman can sit around there and
I'm not gonna say that.
And he gonna pay attention.
Because
it's true, baby. If you want to sell something today, put a pair of titties on it. I don't give a fuck what it is. You can sell
Lord
a
Jesus.
jockstrap, put a pair of titties on it. But a man value ain't gonna sell shit.
Obviously, my husband. No. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not going to say that the value is different. I'm not going to say that the value is different.
I disagree.
Oh, wait, time out. Wait. I disagree about the titties part. Nigga, I can't really sell. I can't really sell nothing right now with my titties. My titties don't allow me to sell anything. I'm just saying, I tried though. I definitely tried. My titties don't really get me that far. That's all I'm trying to say.
All right. Let me finish one thing though. It was a show. I got it first. It was a show. What's that psychiatrist? The dude that do the show. He had a couple on, and this wife, she told him, she came on years ago. My pussy got value. We're married. So if you want certain things, this is what this man had to do. If you wanted head, she wanted a diamond watch. If you wanted this, you had to pay this. She had a list. She came on TV with a chart. If he wanted up the ass, I want a diamond bracelet. This was
I can't speak on her and the value of her body. I can't speak on her and the value that she sees.
I bet you a man can't go on TV and say, let me tell you something. This is bullshit, woman.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. This my husband here, and a lot of y'all know this motherfucker.
Okay.
And yes, I said motherfucker. My husband, boy, let this motherfucker be mad on a panel, and he'll sit there and turn around and tell me no dick. Nigga, what? He'll sit there and
Yeah,
tell,
but
if he
that's
get mad at me, he'll
different.
be like,
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
know it.
no. Nah,
That's
you gotta
different,
understand.
man.
Y'all
No, that's
married.
different.
Y'all married.
Y'all married.
It don't matter.
No, but
No.
he
He'll do that shit to me though, y'all.
Different.
He
no,
still
listen,
do
no,
that
no,
shit to me. I be
no,
sitting here like,
it
damn,
don't
nigga,
matter.
what I
No, no,
It
do?
that's
don't
yours.
Like, I've
matter.
been
That
good
don't
the whole
matter.
Y'all
time.
locked in. Y'all locked
Y'all
in
locked
forever.
in.
It
It
don't even
don't
matter.
matter. Y'all locked
That
in.
don't matter.
It
That don't
don't
matter.
matter.
We talking about literally. We talking about a woman can walk in a room and be like, "Oh, I
Right.
want some money. Here goes some titties. You will pay for it or
Every
whatever."
man that look
Or
on it,
whatever.
oh shit.
Roll shit, right?
A man
Now
walk
A
in
what's
there,
nigga,
next?
a nigga with a
What
shit,
big
is
print,
next?
a nigga with a big dick print is not. That's not gonna work. That's
ain't
not
gonna
gonna work.
work. I'm
You know what you gonna be? What you gonna say? You know what you gonna say?
Hey,
What you gonna say? You gonna be like, "I got some pussy for you." Instead,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
Right.
shit.
nah.
All
I
right,
seen an
y'all. Let's move on.
advertisement. Y'all
I
keep
think
going.
how
Y'all
many?
crazy.
We need some
We
more
gon-
women on this panel.
let's move on to the
It's
next
okay. I
subject.
usually have a lot of women on
I
mine,
thought it
and
was
a lot
equal
of
at
times
first.
whenever I'm
What
sitting there
It
happened to
doing
was. What happened
shows,
to
I
the
would sit there and
ladies?
have the counter.
what happened to
I
lady?
would have the counter on mine.
Lady Bug.
So
What happened to Lady
Y'all
Bug?
had
She
four
was
other
on.
ones. What happened to them?
All
It
right,
was like
well, all
Yeah, you're
right.
eight.
So
back.
we gonna move on to the next subject. Yeah, I
What's the
know
next
it's
subject?
getting hot. It's getting hot in here.
Oh,
I don't
let's
know if
get
you need a
good now,
sweater.
boy.
But anyway, um,
Ah.
it's getting hot in here. Y'all nasty. I'm just saying.
Oh,
But
no,
I'm
that's
no,
your girl. That's
no.
Liza
We're
doing
having
that.
a grown
y'all
folk
nasty.
conversation, Kdot. If you can't handle it, I'm gonna need you to go to the child table, okay?
That
It's
comes
Okay,
a
from
grown
in.
folk
no,
conversation, baby.
It's your show.
okay,
Hey,
you're
You got
right.
sent to the kitty table.
I'm with you.
play
I'm just
spades. Can't play
saying.
Bill Wiss. Go play
I didn't
spades.
say it was wrong being nasty. I just said y'all nasty. That's all.
Baby, I'm not nasty, honey. I'm 100%
She
healthy,
being
baby, and
real.
I'm gonna
That's
sit
all.
there and
Okay,
teach
She
y'all
being
to
real.
make sure y'all shit 100% healthy too.
She being
okay.
real. I
I
love
mean, you can still be healthy in that. Okay. Anyway, uh, here's the thing.
What I
Okay,
think
guys,
is
we're
nasty
gonna
is
get
when you
into.
got
We're
nipple
gonna get
stains
into.
all over your mouth instead of swallowing that shit like your mama taught you how to do. That's what I
Wait,
think is
wait a
nasty.
minute.
Y'all
Wait a
bad.
minute.
I said what I said.
We heard you.
Whew, Lord,
We definitely heard you.
getting hot in here. It's hot.
Y'all know how y'all
Getting
do.
hot. Y'all ain't hot. It's
Thank you,
not hot
Sister
to
Liv.
y'all. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm
All
ready
right,
for the
y'all.
next conversation.
We're gonna get into the next subject.
Mhm.
The
Thank
next
God.
subject, we're going. Titi's like, "Thank you, Jesus."
Sorry.
Hey, sweet Tea, don't blame us.
The
Yo,
next subject
Elijah
we're gonna
starts
talk
all
about
this.
is the man of the hour, the fucked up hour. Is Derek Jackson, and we have a video clip of I believe a behavioral analysis
Yes.
person. This is actually
Yes.
Eliza's video. He actually breaks down how much of a narcissist
This
Derek
motherfucker is.
Jackson really
Yeah.
is. And before we get into that video, can we put up the definition of narcissist so everybody's clear on what we're talking about? Because people might not know
I got both
what a
my screens
narcissist
back up.
is.
I sure can.
Road Dog, can you put that up if possible?
Let me get it pulled up.
Huh?
Yeah, let me get it pulled up.
Okay.
Road Dog's the
Now, you
man.
want the
I already
video?
got
Do
it.
you want?
I already got it. I'm not going to share my screen, but it says a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. I mean, I'm all about self-love, but baby, when you love yourself enough for you, Pookie, Ray, Ray, Keisha, and them, I'm gonna need you to sit the whole fuck down.
Can
please.
you read that definition one more time?
Yes, sir. A person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. Narcissists who think the world revolves around them.
I've been divorced twice. I'm an expert in that subject. I already know.
All right, so this next video that Road Dog's finna play for us is behavioral analysis. Am I correct, Eliza?
Yes.
Yes. Behavioral analysis. He studies body language.
The body language.
And he's really good at what he does.
Okay, that's
you want to explain the video?
That's a longer video.
Excuse me.
We can go ahead.
Yes, I believe that's the 22.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, but we can go ahead and skip the first, some of that first part, sitting there introducing himself until, whenever they sit there and they start getting into the video.
What part do you want him to be on? What part you want him to be
The
on,
part when they
Eliza?
the part when they sit there and they start talking about how he came out with his wife, and their stance, and their stance, and the way the way the colors that they're wearing, the way their body language is, all of that, and that shouldn't be too far into the video.
Nope, I got it.
Yep.
Online gossip about Jackson's affairs began appearing in early March. This week, Candice de Medeiros claimed to have had an affair with Jackson after he allegedly told her that he and his wife were separated. De Medeiros claimed that she and Jackson texted through the summer of 2020, spent his birthday together, and slept in the bed that he shares with his wife, Danae Jackson, who also appears in the video. Fans have been addressing the possibility that Jackson has been manipulating his wife, especially after watching this apology video.
But now that it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that.
Now, it's absolute fact that the first thing you're going to see are the faces. We're pre-programmed to look at faces and spot emotions and micro-expressions to communicate faster than words. One of the best tips that I can give you for any body language analysis is to pay attention to the very first or very last frames of a video. That way you can spot those moments where people think that they're not being seen, or if they are faking emotions. They haven't put their mask on yet. When it happens at the end of a video, they think that they can get the mask out already, and you can catch a glimpse of their true emotions.
What's going on, guys? Derek Jackson. What's going on, guys? Derek Jackson.
In this case, you can see both his face right at the start of the video, in the first couple frames, and then his face throughout the rest of the apology. Notice that there is a strong difference in expression between them. The first one is emotionless, and the second one wants to convey sadness. But
Like I was about to say, this motherfucker didn't look sad at all, y'all. Fuck him.
for Danae, this is a moment where one might want to show their best self and to show that they are a strong marriage. They have survived the cheating and they're ready to push through it. But at first sight, her eyes look empty with a total lack of energy and just a tinge of anger. Some people have mentioned the bonnet that she's wearing, and that could mean that she just didn't bother to do her hair that morning. And that's just fine. But the problem is when you start to stack signals one after another. Because wearing a bonnet or any kind of hat in this situation is a way to feel protected, that you feel vulnerable and defensive. The black sweater that she's wearing is something that she has worn in the past, but the color projects being adamant and not open to any suggestions, like she's trying to defend her own decisions and her husband's. By the way, Jackson chose a purple sweater, being purple a color that usually symbolizes wisdom and loyalty. You know that he picked it on purpose. Notice that even if his arm is bigger and longer than hers, he keeps it behind her arm, making a very uncomfortable position for her. It's like he's hiding behind so as not to be exposed to the public.
And today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae.
Did you spot that? When he says, my lovely wife, he caresses his own finger. This is really odd, because even if it's normal that when someone feels anxious, they fiddle with their fingers, in this case, he has his wife's hands in his. So it would make sense to do that fiddling or that micro-touching on her fingers. But instead, he touches himself.
My lovely wife, Danae. And we just wanted to address a couple of things.
As he announces Danae, she does a close smile with no energy whatsoever, looks at him, and as she pulls her eyes away from him, she presses her lips. That is a sign of frustration and possible hidden anger. Right after that, she tilts her head in the opposite direction, away from him. She tries to keep a smile, but you don't need to be a body language analyst to read the wariness of her expression.
And we just wanted to address a couple of things.
He says that he just wants to address a couple things, but at the same time, he says no with his head. So that's a body language contradiction that points that he really did not want to address this.
You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not.
He was reliving it and sat there and got excited.
Right
too.
after that, he lowers his gaze. That is a common sign of shame, followed by a very quick smirk when he says that some of the audience will have heard about what was going on. Now, the eyes down in shame and the smirk are two very different facial expressions with vastly different meanings. When you spot these subtle clues, you have a hint that there's an emotional contradiction inside. Sometimes when a cheater is caught, they could express both shame because they were caught, but at the same time, pride because they did what they did. But what kind of personality is capable of showing pride when they are exposed to the public? That's right, narcissists. The narcissistic manipulator enjoys both the process of not being caught and, to some extent, being proud when caught. So that's a body language clue that tells us that Derek Jackson could be a narcissist.
But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. So some of it is true. Some of it is completely false.
Could be a narcissist, y'all.
Right after he says completely false, he presses his lips, which is a clue of frustration or covert anger. He shows that he's angry at false claims about what has happened.
But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derek Jackson was involved with other women. Derek Jackson was involved with other women.
There's a lot to discuss about these clips, but there's one thing that is particularly interesting. Derek's repeated use of the third person when discussing his own actions. This might seem like a quirk, but it's really common. Some of these fans commented their own experience with cheating partners as they spoke about themselves in the third person, claiming that this is a red flag. Well, think about this. When admitting to an affair, people will sometimes use the third person as a way to detach themselves from the transgression. People who refer to themselves in the third person do so because they don't want to take responsibility for what they are saying. He simply won't admit or say, yes, I made a mistake. He's attempting to separate himself from his misbehavior. Instead of owning it by using the word I, he talks like he was a character and he's telling a story. It's common to combine these statements with sentences like, that isn't who I am, or I'm a different person now, I've changed.
Outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about.
Notice that when he's about to say what he actually did with those women, she lowers her gaze slowly. She feels ashamed at that point. She hasn't overcome that episode yet. Let's see if you can spot Jackson's microexpression in the next clip.
I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it. A roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it.
Yes, he's remembering because his eyes to his left, his memory side. But at the same time, he had a micro expression of duping delight. He tries to appear concerned and sad, but just for a fraction of a second, his true feelings show before going back to emotional control.
And now we're finally getting on to the other side.
Notice that when Jackson says that they're finally getting on to the other side, he touches his own finger again and she averts her eyes away. They are absolutely not getting through it. He's nervous. He doesn't believe what he is saying, and she notices it and feels ashamed. Now let's listen to two clips of Danae and let's see if you can spot a difference.
So I do want to just add that I agree with what he just said. There is no justification for bringing other women into our marriage on any level.
certain aspects of this type of situation, but that does not define who you are. You don't have to stay in bondage to that. You don't have to stay with bitter roots that.
Yeah, she sounds far more confident when speaking alone. Her words are better connected, better voice tone, and a totally different attitude. That tells you that she didn't want to be there when Jackson was doing his apology. Now, watch her eye movements on this clip.
And when I've been flooded again with messages and these things and about, I need to leave or why haven't I left? And the answer is, when I found out about it, I left. I did not hesitate or waste time to do so. When I found out about it, I left. I did not hesitate or waste time to do so.
Look how interesting is that when she says that she found out about Jackson's infidelity and she left, her eyes drift to her left side. Remember that the left side is our memory or recalling side, and our right side is the creative one. In this case, she's talking about a memory, and her eyes drift to the corresponding memory side. That's when your words and your body language, in this case, your facial expressions, are in sync. So we can assume that what she just said is the truth. Also, she shows a microexpression of surprise, which is another clue that upon recalling that situation, she was actually taken by surprise. She recalls it, and the feeling is still fresh in her memory, so she repeats the corresponding emotion. This is similar when someone recalls a sad moment of their lives and they show a microexpression of sadness. That tells you that emotion is still fresh or the emotional wound hasn't healed. And they still manifest it when talking about the subject. So that's why it's so important to pay attention when someone says that they are okay and have already overcome the experience, but they show traces that the topic still affects them. If you spot these signals, you know that you should show extra empathy for them. You're not expecting that people will tell you how they actually feel, and you don't need to, because you already read their body language. So you just show them your support.
And for those who are going to continue to support, man, I appreciate you like never before, because I know it's not going to be easy going forward, it's at least for a little while so many things are still fresh and attached to my name.
Yeah, he need to appreciate them because that nigga ain't shit. I said what the fuck I said.
Yeah. That nigga ain't shit.
When he talks about his supporters, how worried he is about going forward, he mentions so many things fresh and still attached to his name. An apology should never be about what are the consequences for you. You are talking to take full responsibility about something that you did. And still, here he is absolutely concerned about how his name was tarnished by this. He is really concerned about it because that's when he displays many emotional reaction signals. 2 single shoulder shrugs, rapid blinking, he even closes his eyes for half a second. When you watch an entire clip or are interviewing someone or you are just having a casual conversation, you should make a continuous assessment of all these emotional markers. That way, you'll be able to spot in real time the point in the conversation when the person has a stronger emotional reaction. In this case, is when he's talking about his reputation and his name. That's when you understand that that is the most important topic for him, because in trying to get his point across, he's nervous and projects low confidence. Remember that the more important a topic is for one person, it's most likely that they will be nervous when they talk about it. And I've got a bonus tip for you. If you know that talking about a certain topic is going to make you feel nervous and you don't want people to find out, the most important thing to prepare beforehand is visualizing yourself. How would you like to talk and feel about that topic? Make sure you visualize yourself with all details. How would you stand or sit? How would you project your voice? How people would look at you and nod with you? And how would you feel at that exact moment? That's the best way to train your brain into priming yourself to talk confidently about a topic that upsets you. Jackson later issued a very weird reaction to his own video where he talks about himself in the third person again. And the part that really caught my attention was this one.
So with
Here's
that,
my
cool.
favorite
She wants
part.
to stand by her husband. She feels like he's worth it. She has that right. Now, as far so with that, cool. She wants to stand by her husband. She feels like he's worth it. She has that right. Now, as far
when speaking for his wife and saying that, after all, she stands by him, or he in third person, whatever, she stands by him, that he's worth it. Notice how he denies with his head, does a single shoulder shrug, which is a classic emotional reaction when you're not sure about what you're talking about, and blinks rapidly. These are all signs that he's trying to convince us of something he's not sure himself. But look the change of his attitude when he's going to talk about his own performance.
Now, as far as what he said, I understand and I completely applaud him taking accountability.
He started smiling before he even got the shit out. Y'all, did y'all see
He's
that?
not only applauding himself.
I can't wait till we have this convo. How much more of this video?
Gets his chin up, signaling that he's extremely proud of himself. That's an arrogant signal. Yeah, definitely, he's a narcissist. And do you know what does a narcissist love? Talk about themselves and not in third person. So I knew that at some point he was going to blow the whole that guy thing. And of course, he blew it, and he said this.
But I've seen a lot of women put this dude on the pedestal to the point of idealizing him and even comparing their man to him. But I've seen a lot of women put this dude on the pedestal. I've seen a lot of women.
Yeah, he's so excited about the idea of women putting him on a pedestal and even comparing their men to him, that he breaks that third person nonsense and finally talks about himself. Another narcissistic clue. Now, here's the point I wanted to make about Danae's social media posts. In this text, you can find clues about she being suffering cover manipulation. The first one is, before the public at large become a part of my life, I had low confidence and high insecurities. Childhood experiences created a root of bitterness, rejection, which fed the spirits of can give love and can receive love. The fact is, women without a sense of self-worth are easy to manipulate. And if she felt like that before becoming a public personality, being in the spotlight only worsens that condition, because you're going to feel like you're being watched and judged all the time, which is the price that you have to pay. Emotionally unstable people cannot deal with this on their own and can easily fall prey of master manipulators that could even be their own partners. Now, how does she express of herself and her marriage? Fast forward to being wife. Take notice of the word wife between quotation marks, and if it's not quite a real wife or she doesn't deserve the title, it's still self-deprecating. Being wife of a sensational, electrifying, charming, first-class creatively, master orator, and superb genetic specimen of a man. That is putting him on a pedestal. It's exactly like projecting her marriage like she doesn't deserve him. And that's usually what happens when one of the spouses has low self-esteem. They could feel that they don't deserve the amazing partner they have, and this can lead to a very aggressive bouts of anxiety. And that anxiety shows through her obsession with his activities regarding other women. I visited women's pages that he liked, commented back to, and had prior flings with, and obsessed over how they did their hair, how they dressed, how they spoke, the interest they had, and tried to mimic the aspects of them to keep his attention. Did you notice something odd in the verb tenses? I visit women's pages, try to mimic them, obsess. All of them are in the present tense. And the way she writes, she minds the way she uses verbs and past and present tense. So this is a slip of the mind right there in her text, that she still feels insecure and keeps doing these things. There are more texts and social media posts where it's sad to see Danae herself uplifting her husband and demeaning herself. Her husband cheated on her for over a decade. He cheated while she was pregnant. He brought other women into their marriage and their marriage bed. And then she goes on a rant pointing out every one of her flaws, studying the videos and pictures of his mistresses, telling herself over and over again that because she doesn't dare to do what they do, she doesn't deserve all the love from her husband. She is not okay. And she's being used, and her body language shows it. That's why he even had to justify that her body expression is just the way her demeanor is.
Now, upon first impression, nothing really stuck out to me about him, but more so about the wife. Like, I heard her say that she stands with her husband, she's proud to love him, but just by her body language, I was really wondering, like, did he force her to do this video? Like, she looks super uncomfortable, like she doesn't want to be there. You know, I kind of caught that this is just a part of her personality, so that kind of explains somewhat of her demeanor. You know, she clearly has a mind of her own if you saw the live chat too.
If Jackson needs to make a video to explain his way out of cheating, why does Danae have to suffer through it? She has to go along this man who dragged her into this video to save his Instagram clout. It's not her mess, it's his. He should have been in that video by himself, but he didn't. You can tell that a spouse is genuinely committed to improving after cheating if they show true remorse and are able to get to the bottom of why they cheated in the first place, so that the underlying issues can be resolved. Affairs are a symptom of bigger marital issues, and unless they're addressed, most probably another affair could happen again. Being willing to acknowledge wrongdoing and explore the reasons behind it can be a reassuring sign. If they are shutting you down or want to just move on without getting into what actually happened, that's foul play. The person who is genuinely committed to improving after cheating will behave in the opposite way to a narcissist. They will be concerned about how you feel, consistently attentive to your sensitivity, and committed to fix things over time. One more thing.
I hope he understands that all the accountability in the world is not going to rebuild broken trust.
Did you spot any other clues in this video? Which other cases would you want to have analyzed?
All right, that was an earful. Eliza, go ahead and start
last.
with your. You gonna go? You want to go last?
I want to go last.
Okay. Eliza, go ahead.
But I think we need to wake up old school.
Oh, old school, you up?
Man, I fell asleep after the first 5 minutes.
Oh my God.
I know.
I heard her thing.
I know you like videos.
I'm too old
It's
for this
about
shit.
the first 5 minutes. I'm sitting here wanting this man to be on the first 48. The irony.
That's what I'm talking about. Irony made you bored at the first 5 minutes.
The goddamn. Okay. So Eliza, go ahead and pick the first person. Remember, everybody get 2 minutes to respond, so we can get the show moving. And yeah. So go ahead, Eliza. Go ahead.
Tell me your thoughts, boo.
I don't know. I really never actually paid any attention to his videos or him at all as a person. Honestly, he never really was somebody that kind of came across my timeline. But after listening to after I seen the whole thing come out and I've watched a couple of his videos, I mean, he definitely gives off narcissistic vibes to me. Definitely, you could tell by her body language that she did not want to be there. She had no interest in talking about the infidelity that was in her marriage. And I feel as though he was put on a pedestal, but I just think that overall he's a weirdo. Just because he talks about his person talk about himself in the third person anyway, like having a whole review video on your own video truly doesn't make any sense. Like, I think that's like a form of insanity. And, like, that's insane
I
to
was
me.
like,
So,
dude, are you doing your own video, bro?
yeah, like when I first seen it, I was like, wait, I'm confused. Is he talking about himself? Like, I feel as though like that's truly insanity. But yeah, he's definitely a narcissist. And I mean, but at the end of the day, she stayed and she's allowing to be manipulated by him. So she's not completely a victim in this because she's saying, yes, she left right away, that she should have stayed gone. Like, I believe once a cheater, always a cheater, regardless of what you say. You can say you changed. Nobody is changing for nothing. You are who you are, period. You go and cheat because you want to cheat. Like, it don't got nothing to do with anything else. You want to sleep with other women because you want to. You want to sleep with other men because you want to. Like, regardless. And nobody's putting a gun to your head. Nobody's forcing you to do these things. So I feel as though, like, if he did it before, he's going to do it again. And then nobody's going to feel sorry for her. You feel sorry for her the first time, but we're not feeling sorry for you the second, the third, the fourth time. Because now you're just allowing it to happen to you. Sorry, my nephew is coming in my room. But that's my spiel.
All right, then, Sweet Tea, let's go ahead and get your viewpoint.
I agree with Chantel. Narcissist men can really take a toll on women. And I read body language and the way the woman was responding to him saying the things that he was saying. That's sad. And that can really have emotional damage on the girlfriend, the wife, the partner. And it's just sad to watch things like that happen. I've been in a relationship with a narcissist, and it does a lot of emotional damage, to a woman, and causing a woman to have emotional baggage, like maybe in another relationship. And I don't know. That's just a hard one. I stay away from narcissists. I can spot them a mile away. And I'm like, no, thank you. So.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly, I kind of want to go next and then, pick the guys because.
Go for it.
Do it.
My thing is, honestly, this.
Go ahead.
This shit irked the hell out of me, and I guess that's because I've also been in a narcissistic relationship. So for me, I know the telltale signs, I know the signals, I know the signs. But not only that, but I also understand the way they work. First of all, he already knew that she had low self-esteem, and she had not only that, but I can sit there and tell you she had image issues, she had other kind of issues. So when he got with her and he sat there and started filling her up with false love, and I say false love because that's also another thing that narcissists do, is that is what they call love bombing. They will sit there and tell you all so much shit about yourself and the level of love and how they love you and how they can't live without you and how they can't do this and they can't do that. But I can almost look at her face and tell there was a whole lot of that. And people fail to realize that whenever you're in a relationship like that, a lot of times you don't know. So it's not like you can sit there and prepare yourself for it. And when these people, and I say people because women are just as bad. When these people go out and they're sitting there looking for a victim, baby, you will sit there and think they're the best thing since sliced bread. And I swear to God, you are nothing but you are a meal for them. And honestly, I think that's what it was. That's why he sat there and tried to hide behind her. That's why he sat there and did a whole lot of shit. And then the fact that this motherfucker had the gall to sit there and try to talk about, to critique his own, in quotation marks, video. That if that wasn't fucking narcissistic in its fucking self.
That shit crazy, man.
That's the part
true.
that blew my fucking mind. You're gonna sit there and try to critique your own video and then sit there and talk so much about. Once again, don't nobody give a fuck that you're talking in third person. It was you, my nigga. We see you. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like it was like there was a fucking twin or something like that. Nigga, it's you. Like y'all got the same fucking dimples and all that, fucking moles and all that shit. It's you. You wasn't possessed by the fucking Satan and shit. It was you. You was doing what the fuck you wanted to do. And pretty much, I feel like that was a way of mocking her and her pain. Mocking exactly what the fuck he did. Reliving everything that he was sitting there doing with the side bitches. That's what it was. It was a way of him redoing that shit. And him sitting there saying he, ha, ha. That's what that shit was. He was sitting there getting the extra little Woody talking about the shit. That shit disgusted the fuck out of me. Like if I could have slapped the dog shit out of him, boy, look, everybody had that black mama that sat there and said, "I'm gonna slap the black off of you." I really, for a hot moment, wish I was the woman that could slap the black off of this man. I don't care if he went back black, 3 seconds later. I just,
One good one to the face.
All
yeah,
right, all
yeah,
right.
straight to the dome, straight to the
All
dome.
I love you.
right, Elijah, go ahead and pick the next person to speak.
All right, let me go. SR Trace, go ahead, bro.
Um, where do I? Okay.
Look, I
Well,
figured it out too.
dude, looking at his own video, I was very confused because I was like, is that him or is, is that somebody else? He's critiquing his own video, and I was like, okay, but I'm, experience. Like I speak for experience. I'm I was an insecure male, so in my relationships, I would be very try to be controlling at some point because I was very like I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean? I made them stupid decisions too. When everybody go out and cheat and fuck up, but it's Mr. Jackson is not doing the work. He feel like he know everything. He feel like he knows what he's talking about. He hasn't actually sat himself down and was like, I have these problems. I have these, this is what's going on with me. And he has not dealt with it. And he went parading all of that around like it was helping people and it wasn't. And he ended up for that shit. But it's man, you doing the work. If you're doing the work, you're not gonna, if you have a narcissistic attitude and you're insecure, that can be fixed if you do the work. If you want to change that, if you want to put that, if you want to take that out of your character and say, hey, this is hurting me more than anything. So I need to fix this. It can be fixed. It can be changed.
I don't even think that he wanted to do that. You have to understand something about a narcissist. Now I hate to
Not
cut
your
you
turn,
off.
Elijah.
I know. I just want to sit there and say
Cameras up.
real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and you can have a few seconds. Like my whole thing is, a narcissist does not see anything they're doing as a problem. So if it's not a problem, why the fuck would they want to fix it? Do you see what I'm saying? So I think that's part. I digress. Please go ahead and give him some extra seconds.
I mean, I know I'm not saying that for him for making excuses for his actions. Of course, he's a grown man. He made those decisions. But for the person that does see that problem, or for the men that do have that issue and they see him and they say, hey, change their mindset. Hey, brother, you need to change your mindset. These are the narcissistic problems, issues. My brother.
Yep, that's your brother.
Now give him a few more seconds because I interrupted.
I mean, these are the issues.
For him.
Fellas, these are the issues. Narcissistic men, these are the issues. These are the issues that you have. You need to go sit yourself down and fix this. This is what needs to be fixed. Change your mindset. These women are not prey. Even gay men are not prey. Right. It's all internal. It's all internal. That's all.
Okay, Eliza, go ahead with the next person, please.
All right, old school. And that's because Mr. Rice said he wanted to be last.
Old school, wake your ass up.
You know what? Okay, let's get down to the real bullshit. First of all, narcissistic people aren't gonna change because they already love themselves. They think they have no fucking problem. They're not gonna change. Why you waste your time on dealing with people like that? And it's also, my thing is, we talking about the narcissistic men. Hell, there's women just as goddamn same. The same thing, and just like you said, we are not praised also. But these people are not there. There's so many of them out there, and unless you can recognize them, and a lot of times they'll fool you by telling you one thing until you get to where they want you. Then they, bam. So they know who they looking for, or people they get, who they want, who they can do these things. That dude, he's a total asshole. I mean, and there's so many men like that make us brothers like me trying to do right look like shit. And this is what we got. This is examples set for us because of. And then you talking about somebody telling them something. See, I see a brother like that. Said, I've had to deal with brothers like that because I have 5 sisters. You're an asshole. If you do something to my sister, I'm gonna bust your ass. That's why I had a rule about my friends: do not talk to my sisters. Because if you hanging out with me, you're a dog. So you ain't gonna fight and think we hanging out.
Damn.
No. So that's where men like us have to. You see that shit, especially somewhere you're an asshole. Let them know that shit. So, but that's real life. You're not gonna change those people. They're not gonna change.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
I gotta take this call. My son called me. Y'all go ahead.
All right, Mr. Wright, go ahead, take the floor, darling.
That man is the GOAT.
Fuck you.
No. Listen, all jokes aside, I don't even understand why the fuck we even sit here talking about that man and his wife relationship that has nothing to do with us. We are not God. We should not be judging him for what he does and what she does, period. But since the guy broke down the video, I don't trust that guy. I don't understand that guy. That guy is full of shit because someone is talking. They want to pick out every little mannerism and say, oh, this is what the man meant and this is what she meant. This is that. Y'all tell me right now, any nigga that ever cheated on you, you sat there with him, you gonna be happy? Fuck no. So her mannerisms was what it was. Period. It's not a good place to be. And at the same time, the only reason why he did the video is because of his status of what's going on, who he is. Niggas cheat on their wife every day, or women cheat on their husband every day. They not sitting out here doing the video when everybody found that on Facebook, sitting there saying, oh yeah, my husband cheated on me, but we good now. That man stood up and said, yo, I messed up. I did what I did. I messed up. She sat there and agreed to it and said, yo, listen, he literally showed me the proof. And he's telling you, he showed me the proof about every woman I went through, I had, and we're going to sit here and act like that didn't happen either. That's the part that bothers me when we look at people. We only look at what we think is bad or what this is that. So everybody had their own demons. They all had their own sins. That don't mean your sin is better than mine because you stole a piece of candy from the supermarket and I cheated on my wife. A sin is a sin. It doesn't matter. People look at life totally different. Like we said earlier, it's a double standard in life, and everything we do is a double standard. It's just because he's a man and he did it. Okay. Keep going. Because we just looking at it as a double standard because of he's a man and he did this and he's a narcissistic because he got his wife to do da. No,
that's not what he's a narcissist.
I mean, he didn't say literally in that video when we was watching that video. He said nothing about only him. He did not say like, well, I did this and she got to live with it. Like that's a narcissistic. He said I messed up. No, he literally said so. He did not.
That's not narcissistic.
No, he also said I messed up. All right, so that's not a narcissistic would not agree. He wouldn't say that he messed up.
Will. Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
I would disagree.
All right,
I would disagree.
Go ahead.
I would disagree.
It's your show.
Go ahead. I'm just saying.
You frozen.
No, I want you to finish and then I'll rebuttal. Right. No. I want you to and I'll
I'm just saying that the simple fact is we sat here and watched this man tell everybody what he did wrong because everybody got something to say about judging him for what he did or whatever. And we think this guy is a narcissist. We think he's a messed up character and whatever. And once again, when you get married to somebody, and it's the problem with a lot of marriages, period. We only marry for better or for better, not for better or for worse. That don't exist. Soon a nigga cheat on you, you want to leave. Soon if a nigga did X, Y, and Z, he ain't beat on her, he ain't fucking her up, he ain't doing her like he ain't put his hands on her. That's a little bit different. But he sat there and told he messed up. I apologize, I messed up, and that's the worst part. That's about marriage. Marriage, you go through things that happen. that doesn't mean that man is a bad man because he cheated on. He got mad good info. He could be a provider, a protector. He could take care of his family, all that. But his only problem is he cheated. Are you telling me he's a bad man because of that?
My God. I would be able to understand.
Wait, Liza, I didn't go. Okay. All right. So I'm a rebuttal. I'm gonna tell you right now, coming from a criminal justice standpoint, he did use himself in the third person. That's absolutely a characteristic of a narcissist. When you're doing an interviewing process, and this is I used to work for Adams County Community Corrections. I used to be a part of the investigation team as far as when people would bring narcotics into the unit, and how I would know they would be lying or something like that. Some of the characteristics that they would, as he actually pointed out, he would say, "No, I'm not." He would say, "No, I'm not doing it," and he'll nod his head like this, or he'll be like, "Yes, like what are you talking about? Of course I." You know what I'm saying? Those are characteristics of a narcissist. Not only that, but also Donald Trump also said sorry for saying grabbing a woman by the pussy too, and he's also an absolute narcissist because he makes everything about himself. And the reason being is because there was a video before that video that he did with his wife. He did a video by himself, and he lied and said that he didn't cheat at all. He had a sexual relationship without. Exactly what came out of his mouth.
He had so you froze up.
They don't make him a liar.
A huge liar.
A narcissist.
Not only that, his sign language, as far as like you said, they pointed out he was rubbing his own hand, really caressing himself, making himself feel more comfortable as far as that whole particular situation. And not only that, he shitted on men and got in other people's relationships, judging them. And then when his ass got caught doing something, cheating on multiple women with his wife, then he was talking about, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and justify in a third person that he's sorry and all those type of things. So I would have to disagree. He is a narcissistic, and I digress.
So they don't make him just a liar?
No, it doesn't.
It makes him a liar and other things too. Go ahead, Eliza.
But I'm saying that a lie. So you tell me everybody that lies, right? Everybody that lies is a narcissist?
No, that's
no. But I added other things too. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eliza.
Okay, hold on.
And then have Will rebuttal. You have 2 minutes.
But
2
before
minutes.
we sit there and start doing this back and forth, okay. First of all, for a narcissist, okay, I need to. There are certain characteristics that narcissists have. So
can you bring that up?
Yes, I can. Can you go ahead and pause the timer? According to the diagnostic,
she was slick with that one. She was like, "Go ahead, pause
that
the diagnostics and the statistical manual of mental disorders. The 9 traits of a narcissist are grandiose sense of self-importance, preoccupation with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love,
which he had.
Believe that they are not only special and unique, but they are so special and unique that they are only understood by some, aka they sit there and they think they're smarter than everybody else. And so, if that shit. Hold on.
Which he displayed.
But that first one sounded like a confident person, though. I just wanted to point that out as well.
See, and here's the thing. This is where it goes beyond confidence. Now, mind you, whenever we're talking about narcissists, there are 4 types, actually. If you actually get into the medical, the actual not therapeutic. What's the word I want to? The psychological, yes, the psychological barriers. There's 4 different types of narcissists. You have 2 types that are literally woe is me everything is horrible. I'm the victim all the time. And because I'm hurt, everybody else should hurt. Let me go ahead and express how much everybody should hurt because I'm so important. I shouldn't have felt this. And because I do, everybody else should feel it too. You also have two that are the exact opposite. Oh my God, I'm so great. I'm so important. I'm so this, I'm so that. Then you know what? People just flock to me because I'm amazing. And it doesn't matter what I do. I can do anything under the sun. But guess what? People are still going to flock to me and love me because I'm that fucking amazing. So that's one of the ones that he is. And we can also sit there and put Donald J. Trump in that as well. Now here's part of the issues that I have. The fact of the matter is, I'm not sitting there and talking about lying. This man was lying for a decade. I can understand if it was just one time that you sat there and just fucked up and slipped in some pussy. Okay? I could understand if it was only one time that he grabbed the whole bitch by the pussy. Pun intended. The whole thing is, this was going on for a decade. This was prior to their marriage. This was during their marriage. This was during the pregnancies. This was after the pregnancy. So excuse me. Sitting there and saying, I'm sorry. And then to be honest, not really telling her, but sitting there and making your sorry aim towards the public to save the same stage you have that makes you feel so grandiose.
Oh, so can you stop right there? Can you stop right there real quick? Why not try to save that part? Because that's how he provide for his family. So why would he? Why would not somebody try to save that?
Well, okay, I would understand.
I'm just saying, if that was the case, if that's how he provide for his family, why not save that?
That's not 100% the way he agreed. That's not the 100% the way he provides for his family. He actually does have a 9-to-5 day job, and it is not being. It has nothing to do with the.
So it don't help his. That don't help his finances at all.
I didn't say that. I said that's.
Oh, it helps tremendously.
Okay, I said that's not the
if it helps tremendously.
Yes. Okay. So hold on. Excuse me.
Go ahead. You
it's
right.
Still my time. Still my time.
Right. I'm sorry.
You already interrupted.
Don't take her time now. Y'all better not take her time.
Go ahead.
Hold on. We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
No, you're right. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is this.
No, because I want to hear Will. I want to hear Will.
Right. And I get that. My whole thing.
Go ahead, Eliza.
You know, whenever you sit there and you cross a line, and you know what, you did say something that you were absolutely right on. It is not my place to sit there and judge this man at all, because at the end of the day, I can go ahead and put my head down after all this shit, go to sleep, and it's not affecting my life. Okay, so I can walk away from it. She cannot. So with that, I honestly, the only reason that I even speak on it is because I have been that woman before. To where I could not walk away from it, to where I could sit there and talk about it all day long, and all I'm getting is, well, you should leave. Well, if it were that simple, which now I have a better understanding.
Keep going.
All right. Go ahead, Will.
Keep going.
I have
go ahead, go, Will.
No, keep going.
A better understanding of the things that I can, you know, the weight that I can put down. I didn't have that then, but you know, whenever it comes to shit like this, I'm sorry. I just feel, I guess I'm just getting triggered by the fact that I went through that. You know,
and that's probably what the problem. And that's probably what it is.
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead with the rebuttal.
Well, and leave the screen like this. I like to see the faces. Leave the screen like this. Leave the screen just like this.
Okay.
So basically, what I'm saying is, if you're a man, if you've been doing it for a decade or whatever, if you're getting away with murder, sometimes you got to get caught. That just be real, right? That doesn't. He's a cheater. We know he's a fucking cheater. We know that all day and tomorrow. But what I'm saying is, how y'all are feeling about this man towards him has nothing to do with us. Period. First of all, yes, he's a cheater. He cheated on his wife. So if he came in contact with you, can help you with any information, just because he's a cheater doesn't mean he can't tell you about the signs of a cheater. Doesn't mean he can't tell you about a narcissist. Doesn't mean he can't help you in that standpoint. All the stuff he was helping these other women with, while his videos and stuff, he was living it. So this is exactly why this is why he's the GOAT, right? So basically, watch this. How can someone tell me not to do drugs if they never did it? Right? For one, right?
True. True.
most time, like but if I see a crackhead tell me, "Hey man, don't do drugs," he's just living proof why I should not be a crackhead. Look,
Okay,
drugs,
but okay,
right?
can all
Hold
right.
on,
Well,
let me
isn't there something in the? I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Will. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. What you got?
So I got a question. So your analogy, you just said that how would you know? You tell somebody as far as not to do drugs or whatever, right? But isn't there a great saying that a wise man
learn from other people's mistakes?
Well, it's not a wise man. Only a fool will learn from his own mistakes, but a wise man will learn from other people's mistakes. So if you are that
what I'm saying
of not doing something and that wouldn't well in environment with the other thing, actually happen. And
you're cutting up so
hey,
bad.
don't do that. That's
terrible.
Now, if you choose
Okay,
to
it's
do
not me.
We can't hear
I'm
you.
just letting you know.
Okay.
We can't hear you.
Kdot, you gotta say that all over again. You frozen and you chopped.
I'm sorry.
You gotta get you a new Wi-Fi password or something.
Should I pick up?
Too many people on it.
Yeah. And man, bring the Wi-Fi upstairs. In the office.
Right.
Don't leave that shit in the basement. Get it out the basement.
You're right.
Nigga try to put the whole house under. Say it again. Try to say it again. We hear you now.
Okay. Okay. Can everybody hear me? First of all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what I was saying was that if you have enough resources to tell somebody that you should probably shouldn't put your hand on that fire, but you do it anyway, doesn't mean that you have to be burnt by it to see the factual effects that it's going to hurt. Now, if you choose to do it, that's totally on you. I can walk a horse to water, but I can't make him drink it. But the thing is, what I mean is that we literally pointed out the facts as far as factual, what he has actually done. The issue that I'm not upset that he cheated or anything like that. The thing that I have an issue with is that he shitted on men for decades, saying that, if he cheats, he doesn't deserve X, Y, and Z. You should leave him, girl. You should do this, girl. Oh, if this man does, and it wasn't equally balanced. Hold on, Liza. It wasn't an equally balanced. So the issue that I have with him is that he shit it on men to get. He is the perfect example of Mr. Steal Your Girl. Absolutely.
So basically, he was a hypocrite.
Absolutely. Absolutely, he was a fucking hypocrite.
Once again, he's a hypocrite. Does that make him a bad man because he's a hypocrite?
Yes.
Why? Why does that make him bad?
Yes, it does. It makes him a terrible man.
Why? Just tell me why. Don't say. Tell me. Only because of cheating. Only because of the word. Wait. Let me specify, because people like to put everything under one thing, and that's not what it is.
Okay.
Because I'm saying, because of him being a cheater, the hypocritical part was him being a cheater. That's it, right? So
and a liar.
No,
and a liar. And a liar. A liar and a cheater.
Is a liar. You can't be a hypocrite. You can't pretty much you're a liar. You're a liar when you're a hypocrite.
And a cheater. That's two things.
A lie. No, listen. A liar and a cheater is a liar. What are you talking about? There's no separating that. There's no separating that.
So
there's no separating.
So he's a good person.
No, it's
because
not.
Because he cheated. That's what you.
No, it's not. So you can tell your woman, hey, I'm finna fuck this chick down the street, and you're gonna be okay
stop right
with
there.
it.
Is that not a lie?
You still cheated.
Wait, stop. Is that
it's
not a lie?
You told her the truth.
If you told her that,
you said I'm going down the street.
I said if you're going, I'm going down the street to fuck this chick. That is a cheat. That is one characteristic.
That's true. That's the truth.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can't be. You can cheat.
Oh, okay.
Still tell the truth.
All right. So he's a liar, a cheater, and a hypocrite, right?
And a hypocrite,
right?
Three things that makes you a bad person.
That makes you a bad person, right?
He's not a cheater.
If you knowingly and willingly do that,
he's not considered a cheater if the woman don't accept it.
And not only that, why? Okay, and what?
He's not considered a cheater
he
not
felt
considered a
so
cheater
important
unless
to
both women don't accept it. He's not
So hold
considered
up.
a
You
cheater.
ever cheat-
not only
hold on, time
this
out.
is
Your sister. Let me ask your
okay.
sister a question. You ever cheated on a test?
No, I never cheated.
You
on
never
a test,
cheated on
ever.
a test.
No.
You ever cheated on a boyfriend?
No, actually, but I've been cheated on actually recently. So
Okay, but
I
then
have
like
never
you
cheated
said,
on a test, and I'll tell you that.
Hold on. Let her finish.
I have
so
never
you
cheated
never-
on a test, and
you
mind you,
never-
I'm an educator.
Watch
So you
this.
have to
You
remember,
never
I
stole
don't-
nothing either. You never
No,
stole
I
nothing.
never stole nothing.
Watch this.
No.
You never lied.
I've lied before.
So you're a bad person.
No, we said
No,
multiple things, not
no.
just him being a liar.
Once again, no. He
But
has
we're talking about a marriage. We're talking about a marriage.
It doesn't matter.
Actual marriage.
No, you said
not
no.
boyfriend,
No,
girlfriend.
that means he's a bad husband, not a bad person. It's a difference. You don't know the difference.
He's making a point
This
here.
is what I'm
He's
saying.
making a
This is
point.
what I'm saying. You're talking about a person
making a point,
versus a status in
He's
life.
totally right.
You're a police
So
officer. If you kill a person and a line of dude, you're a bad cop.
right,
First.
not a bad yep.
No,
You know what
not
I'm
if you
saying?
kill. No, not if
Oh
they
my
try to kill
God,
you
yes,
first.
you are.
But
This is what
it
I'm
does
saying.
keep
This is
in.
what
It
I'm
comes
saying.
from your character.
No, listen to what I'm
It's a
saying.
part of your
You have
character.
to separate certain parts of it
Hold
to
on,
make
okay,
sense.
one person
As
at
a
a time.
husband,
One person
he's
at
a
a time.
bad husband. He's a bad husband, but he could be a great provider. He could be a great father.
Yes.
He can be a great to the community and
Yes.
everything. Matter of fact, drug dealers are great to kids, great to the community sometimes, but they
But
do
that's
bad
no
shit.
excuse for cheating
You get
and
what I'm
cheating
saying?
for years. That's
As
no
a
excuse
person,
for that.
what I'm saying
He's
is
not saying it's a
what I'm
reason. He's just saying that
I'm
don't make him
saying,
a bad person.
no, we're trying
Right.
to say he's a bad person. No, he's a
making
bad
a point.
husband.
He's making a point.
He's
to
a bad
certain degree.
husband.
Yes.
He's not a good husband.
Right.
That's not don't mean he's a bad person.
Because he made a
That's what
mistake
I'm
with
saying.
cheating with another
I'm
woman.
looking at all right. So if y'all gonna break down everything, if you're gonna break down that he's a
agree to some parts of
narcissist,
that.
he's a cheater, he's all this and this and that. What part of him is all that? Because just because a person killed 1,000 people doesn't mean that person was technically is deeper than rap. Because if y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I go to church. I understand spirits. I understand demons. I understand all that. So if a person killed 1,000 people, it doesn't mean that person did it. It's a demon inside of that person. Once that demon leaves that person, that person is
that's where we will stop, sir. I'm sorry. A lot of people use that as another version of a third party.
No, it's
No
not. See, that's what I'm
excuse for
saying.
that shit, man.
No.
No
What I'm
excuse.
saying is,
As a
what I'm
crutch.
saying is,
Sir,
once
sir,
again,
excuse
when
me.
you
Wait. Let him finish. Let him finish. Eliza, let him finish.
What I'm saying is, people do y'all research, and you came up with 4 different versions of a narcissist, right?
Yeah.
And then you could then they show and prove you. I have seen people tell me about demons and show and prove it to me in my face. And tell me, I'm like, yo, that is crazy. I did not know that was
demons
possible.
do not exist. I am not saying that they are not real. I am not saying that they do not affect people. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, as a human, a Homo sapien, I'm still gonna need you to take accountability, even if that demon was
He
inside.
did. He apologized. Did he not apologize?
No, he did not. Not
He been doing that shit for years.
That's what the video was
he
for.
did not.
He did all that on her for years.
Hey, yo, this is the thing. Watch
Then he
this.
keeps
Let
doing
me
it
ask you a
over
question.
and over
Do we
again.
know?
Can I
Do
please
we
finish
do
my
it?
statement, sir?
Go ahead.
I've been cut off twice now, and
Go
I
ahead,
understand I'm no better than you, so I'm a hypocrite. I understand that.
Go ahead.
But at the end of the day, I'm kind of over. I've sat there and done the work and done the healing myself. I've even sat there and got other people to sit there and doing exactly that. I am over everybody always trying to find somewhere to point blame at for what they've done. And I'm sorry, but sitting there saying that you're sorry because you cheated, once again, a narcissistic tendency that just happened is that you try to minimize that to make it seem like you only cheated one time. Like it was not of different women over a 10-year time span. I'm sorry. That is part of the narcissistic tendencies. You cannot downplay that. And that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to make it seem like it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that big of a deal. Now, once again, I have agreed with you on many things that you have said today. You're absolutely right. It is not my place to judge this man. 2, you are absolutely right. He is a hypocrite. Does that make him a bad person? And what did I say? By societal standards. I did not sit there and say by personal standards because I don't know this man from Chico to Sandman. I can sit there and say by societal standards, but then again, I'm not really 100% honed in on that because me personally, I'm taking myself away from societal standards because there's a whole lot of shit about society that don't make sense to me.
Don't make sense.
But the whole thing is that once again, even what you said, I do believe in spirits. I've seen spirit. I've seen levels of shit that honestly I can sit there and have a show about, and I will blow people's mind. My whole thing is this. This is the part in my time where I am expecting adults to take fucking accountability. I'm done talking with grown kids. I'm done talking with adult children. I'm gonna need y'all to sit there and own up to your shit.
Yes.
And when I say own up to your shit, I'm not talking about downplay, minimize, act like the shit wasn't that big of a fucking deal. You knew it was that big of a fucking deal. The only thing is you did not care. And when I say you, sir, I don't mean you, Mr. Right.
We on board. I feel you. Go ahead.
Okay. I need you to understand that we're not dumb. We all saw that you were doing what the fuck you wanted to do. You can sit there and say it was spirits, baby. It wasn't spirits. You can blame it on the alcohol, Jamie Foxx. Wasn't the alcohol. You can sit there and blame it on drugs. Wasn't drugs. You can even blame it on the pussy. At the end of the day, there are many men that have the same temptations out here, and they are not sitting there doing the same shit. So if they're not doing the same shit, excuse me. Fuck y'all blaming everybody else. Put that shit off on you. You wanted to fuck another bitch, so you fucked another bitch. The end.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna say this, and I think I'm gonna let it go. So watch this. That was beautiful. That was great. I'm not what I will say is this.
Go ahead, Will.
We are saying he's not holding accountable because of the video, right? Pretty much, right?
No, that's not why I said we're not holding him.
No, let him finish. Let him finish.
So
Go ahead.
You asked me a question. I'm sorry, honey.
All right. So all right. Before I feel, because I gotta understand. I'm trying to understand how do we hold him accountable? Where did he did not hold accountability at? I just want to know.
Can I answer that? Can I answer?
Just answer that part. Just that. I just want to know where he did not hold accountability at.
Okay. Well, the way that we can hold this gentleman accountable is first is for him to not shit.
No, not how. Not how
can
we can hold him accountable.
Where
I want to know where did he not hold accountability at? Like what was the evidence?
When he was speaking in third person, when he did the third.
Okay, cool, right? And that's pretty much in the video, right? That's what because that's the only way we know about this information is through this video, right?
All right, that's how Trace. Go ahead.
Right.
I think he should have apologized to the people that he's been advising for 10 years. All the 10 years he's been cheating, he should have apologized to all those people.
Not through the video. No.
Then let me
actually his marriage as
okay, Mr.
Right.
Right.
I'm just asking first before I ask.
But honestly, to tell you the truth, this is what makes him. Can I hold on just real quick? The reason why he is such a horrible person because he did fuck up relationships. A lot of the books. No, I'm being real. I'm talking, and this is how I know because I've talked to a lot of the men that they women was listening to this man, and he fucked up a lot of relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like even celebrities were like, "Wait a minute, dude, you fucked up my fucking relationship, and it wasn't even on that."
That's what I'm saying.
I understand that. Let me answer, Mr. Right.
Go ahead, Eliza.
So
go ahead.
Yeah, where were we getting the information that we feel as though that he did not hold himself accountable? I just want to know.
Okay, so here, let me answer your question. Where he did not hold himself accountable was he did not sit there and deliver information on 10 years worth of cheating. He sat there and tried to make it seem like it was only one. Right. And then whenever he sat there and tried to swiftly sit there and say, oh, well, you know what? I sat there and discussed it with my wife and she knows every da-da-da-da-da. Just because she knows every da-da-da-da-da-da that you've done since you've had a phone. Mind you, 10 years, people change phones, people change a whole lot of things, not only about themselves, but about the things they carry. So whenever he sat there and made the statement that, you know what, oh, well, my wife now knows whenever I blinked at a woman. First of all, we already know that you were being sarcastic. That's not true. And even with that, instead of sitting there and being, what's the word I'm trying to look for? He decided to be sarcastic instead of being apologetic and like authentically apologetic. Even
to all the relationships he ruined.
Even to his wife.
So let's pick the I just want to pick the wife part though.
Okay, even to his wife, even in the process of sitting there and doing that, he sat there and was caressing himself and giving himself empathy. He was not giving it to his wife. Therefore, he was literally still showing her that even with his words, that by actions, he did not care. Not only did he not care, but guess what? He was still reliving. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the same as a serial killer that's sitting here and getting excited by sitting there and seeing a little fucking piece of trophy that they sat there and did, or that they took. All they're doing is reliving it, sitting there and getting excited. But I'm sorry, I'm getting off of it. I'm getting off of it.
How I feel it. So I just want to talk about the marriage part.
Okay, yeah.
In that video, I'm gonna be honest with you. In that video, he don't owe nobody shit. Like in that video,
you're right.
I mean,
And I
he
agree
don't
with
like
you.
his
He's
wife
not
part.
owing
Like
anybody else
people
a
wanted him to apologize to his wife. He probably didn't apologize to her. That's the reason why she's fucking sitting there in the first place. Like I don't think he has that much mind control over her that she was gonna sit there.
I beg to differ with that with you, bro. I beg to differ with that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't interrupt.
Everybody
Only reason I say that. Yeah, I mean, no. Only reason from another man's point of view.
Not over us, but maybe like
if you watch that video, hold on. If you
hold
watch
up,
that
but
video,
she did not do another video right after that about herself?
No,
okay,
she did one before that.
She did before that. But the whole
I'm
the
just
point
asking.
let me ask this. Let me say this. If just watching that video, being the man who I am, I already knew that motherfucker was an asshole. First of all, you could tell she was uncomfortable. She didn't want to be there.
Would definitely be uncomfortable.
You know, because I mean, if it was me and I was being empathetic to my woman, first of all, I would have her laying on my chest. My arm would be around her. I would be caressing her to let them know I was serious about what I was saying. Everything came out that fool mouth. I knew he was lying. He didn't mean nothing he said. He didn't mean a goddamn thing he said. Everything he said was a fucking lie.
No,
If you being a man not seeing that, if you didn't recognize that, I'm just saying you're blind. He has that woman there is terrified. She is fucking terrified. And I mean, it didn't take an expert for me to see.
And you don't know that he's not putting his hands on her.
Right. It didn't take an expert.
Right. We don't, but this is what I'm saying. We don't know nothing.
Who said that?
This is what I'm saying. We don't know nothing. We don't know.
Bro, I know you
they have a public relationship, though. So we
don't know. We don't know if he begged her. We don't know because she said she left. She said she left. We don't know if he begged her to come back.
Okay.
Yeah,
we don't know that.
of course
But once
did.
again, and this is the only thing I'm only talking about marriage. I'm only talking about marriage. This is what I'm saying. I'm only talking about the marriage part.
And I'm speaking from being a married
when
man.
you do your vows, they say for better or for worse.
Yes.
It don't say better or for better. It don't say that. I'm not saying you had to sit. Let me finish. Let me just finish. I just want to finish.
Yes.
The only thing she's allowed to leave, like technically, if you're a Christian, for infidelity. Okay, cool. Which he did. But also, for better or for worse, it means if shit get worse, you got to try to get it back to be better. You got to try to get it there, or try. A lot of people just like if you and your husband. And I'm just speaking on because you got one. But if you and your husband is going through something, you got to try to help that man out of it. You was his helper. That's why you are here. Period.
Will, you have been married? You have been married, Will?
I'm married. This would be my 13th year.
Okay.
I done did it.
You're a lucky brother because what you just said.
I'm married with 7 kids.
You supposed to work. You supposed to make that work.
You supposed to make it work.
Not every woman gonna think like you think. I've been married twice, brother, and gave up a lot and sacrificed a lot to say what you saying. When the woman being narcissistic, like you said, was doing the same shit that man was doing.
But once again, I look at life totally different because I don't judge. I have stepped out on my marriage. My wife has stepped out on mine. Once again,
I didn't do that.
I can't judge her and be like, yo, you did it. I gotta go. You know what? I messed up. You messed up. How can we fix it? How can we work towards and making this better some type of way? At the same time, I got babies. I got fucking 7 children. I love my kids. I have 8. This is what I'm saying. For me,
so yeah,
the worst is her leaving. It's not her cheating.
Not all the time.
That's the worst for me because when I come home,
he said for him. He said for
me,
him.
It's her leaving. Her actually leaving me is worse than her cheating on me because I have 7 other people that wants to see me every day. That is the biggest thing for me in the world. When I walk through my door, I be on stage. I have people come to me saying, "You're the greatest I ever seen." I have people tell me I inspired them. I have all that. None of that compares to my kids when I walk through the door and say, Daddy, hey, Daddy, hey, how you feeling? How was work? That feeling in the world, I can go for more worse than other than that. That is my worst feeling in the world.
You ain't lying. And when some woman takes that shit from you, when you trying to be the best fuck in the world, don't talk to me about that bullshit. Because I've been through
I got
shit,
you. But what I'm saying
you
is,
know what I'm saying? So when you give up every fucking sacrifice in the fucking world to not to have to miss that my daddy shit, so I'm glad yours didn't leave you, but mine.
So
told,
I mean,
boy,
I get it, but that's what I'm saying. I work. I definitely we.
Now you hit the spot
with
me.
Mr. Wright. Hold on,
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Wright. I would
Yes,
like to rebuttal a few things with you.
Yes,
Being
ma'am.
that I feel like now we can actually empathize on a bit of a deeper level because I have 8 children.
Guys, we got 5 more minutes on this subject. We got to get to the next video.
Okay, I'll go ahead
and actually in this the next video will actually break it down a little bit. It'll kind of give you like a timeline of what he did as far as and the video is about Charlemagne the God. He has it's called Donkey of the Day, and where he actually gave Derek Jackson Donkey of the Day, and he actually breaks it down.
Give me that 5 minutes real quick. So, Mr. Wright, here's my thing. Whenever it comes to the dating process or the process of being able to find your wife, and for women, the process of being able to find our husbands, whenever it comes to things like that, I believe that there is usually a discussion that is had. For my husband and I, that's a deal breaker, period. If he sits there and wanders off and decides to find some new pussy, that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to sit there and have no hard feelings to him, but he also understands that's your new home, period. And, I mean, we can sit there and talk about co-parenting and all this other shit, but that's your home. But see, here's the thing. That's a decision that we went ahead and made whenever we were in the dating process of, certain things that will make us feel uncomfortable or where our limitations and our boundaries were. So, I mean, I'm happy certain things work for you a certain way. They don't always work for everybody else like that. And honestly, if my husband sat there, matter of fact, one of the things I used to be a stripper for years, never sat there and cheated on my husband. I mean, I got some of the richest, some of the oldest old money fucking having men, some of the most handsome, some of the sly talking motherfuckers, all that shit. And to this day, these motherfuckers will literally get irritated at me because I would pick, I sit there and tell them, oh shit, I got a home. I ain't got to worry about you. Thank you for the offer. But I got
that 5 minutes.
Real quick, Elijah.
You said something that to me, I'm not going to say make me feel like I'm correct about what I'm about to say, but you just said something. And you said you and your husband, it worked for y'all, and me and my wife, it worked for us. So basically, what I'm saying is
certain things could work for them and their way.
Whatever they got going on, they don't give a fuck about that video or nothing. Out of that video, because all this shit is entertainment.
Yeah, this is true.
It's all entertainment. So the entertainment, like, or they even say, well, good publicity, bad publicity is still good publicity. That's all this shit is. It actually made a whole page of us talking for about 2 hours about this shit. This is what I'm saying. That's all this is. This is entertainment. It's not real. This shit is not real. The fact that somebody's actually trying to break it down and do all this type of shit after the cameras go off, they probably go upstairs and laugh at this shit. We don't know. We don't know none of this shit. We don't know until what they tell us or what we believe we think we know. That's it.
Hey, shout out to Zamar from Iraq. Appreciate you, man. Damn, we got viewers from Iraq in this motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about.
You're absolutely right. But here's the reason that we sat there and brought this up today. Because, you're absolutely right. They are entertainment. They are literally specifically for entertainment. We didn't really bring it up for them per se. We sat there and brought it up for the subject at hand because there's a lot of people, women and men, that are dealing with people that are like this, that are not entertainment. And that's when, that's when things start getting difficult. That's when things start getting hard. Because at the end of the day, whenever it's you or me, a lot of times, and I'm only assuming, so please feel free to correct me. But whenever it comes to any issues with your marriage, I'm going to go on a limb and say that you're not really the person that's going to sit there and disclose all of your marital issues. We're going to keep them private. Me personally, I'm a very private person. So I don't sit there and talk about what's going on in my marriage. Or if I do, I sit there and pick specific people that I know I can truly confide in. And whenever I also do this, I also make sure that they get pros and cons. That means they get the good parts as well as the bad parts. It's not just. So with that being said, being that this is a conversation, this is a relationship panel. We cannot sit there and pretend like these kind of relationships with other women and other men do not exist. And how, because we're talking about theirs, we're not specifically talking about theirs. We're just using them as a blueprint. So that when, you know, for these people that literally feel like they're being isolated, they're being taken away from their family, they don't have any friends to talk to, they don't have anybody to talk to, they can hear this and they can feel like, okay, somebody understands what I'm going through. So I need to listen to how to be able to help myself. Because right now, I might be in such a dark place to where here, you know, a month from now, I can be sitting here and wanting to commit suicide, or a month from now, I could be, you know, this can get way darker, a lot faster, and way worse. We don't know. Go ahead.
All right, Liza. Okay, we got one more minute.
Say,
on
what
the
I would
subject.
say
Go
to
ahead,
those
Will.
people, if that since you broke it down that way, what I would say to those people is pray. I don't know if you believe in God. Pray much as you can. Try to figure out your situation. Try to help. If you married, try to figure out how you can fix it with your husband or your wife or whatever. If they can't work, then ask God for an exit, a clean, good exit or whatever from helping guidance. I think that's the best I can tell somebody. I would never tell you to leave your husband, leave your wife.
That's true.
Because you never know what's going on. Because a lot of times we get married and we bring other people involved in our marriage. And I mean, our children, your children is in the middle of everything and stuff like that. So you got to remember, you got to think about the kind of family you grew up, because a lot of us don't know how to be men and a lot of us don't know how to be women because somebody was out of our life as adult. A lot of us is born close to the crack era and stuff like that. And it's just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And that's not Road Dog. That's my doorbell. Somebody is ringing my doorbell. Hold on. I'm sorry.
I was like, your time is up.
All right, well, we gotta get on to the next. We gotta get on to the next subject.
Yeah.
I said I heard that time.
Right. I was saying we're so delicate.
Hey y'all, I gotta sign off.
We're gonna wait until we get back real quick.
Okay, so you gotta go sign off, SR.
Yeah, I gotta sign off, y'all. The babies, they want my attention. So.
My wife finally woke up. We went out last night. She finally woke up. It's 5 p.m.
Hey, sometimes it be like that.
Yeah, because I'm about to leave in a few minutes and go to another show.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay, yeah. So the thing is, we this next video that we about to play, and it's going to break. And I love the way how he did this shit. The shit was hilarious, by the way, when he did this shit. The shit was absolutely hilarious. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So the shit was absolutely hilarious, and he's gonna break it down from beginning to end, because he also has held Charlemagne accountable. And so he's just like, okay, you want to hold me accountable? You said we agreed to hold each other accountable. Now it's your turn. So go ahead. Without further ado, go ahead and play that video. Road Dog.
Yes, I'm gonna mute myself.
Now, I've been called a lot in my 23 years, but Donkey of the Day is a new one.
Well, okay, let me blow my nose. Okay. Listen, Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, March 24th. Goes to self-love ambassador, entrepreneur, social media relationship expert, Arthur. He's wrote books like Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other. He wrote another book called Single Mothers Are for Grown Men Only. And he even wrote a book called A Cheating Man's Heart, a fiction novel. I put fiction novel in air quotes because based on all these new developments, it's safe to say Derek Jackson's book, A Cheating Man's Heart, was probably based on a true story. Now, Derek has built a following basically calling men out on their behavior, okay, holding men accountable. I'm not mad at that. He's done it to me. He's done it to Little Duval. He's done it to Gilly the King. He's done it to Isaac Hayes III. This is his thing, okay, holding men accountable. And I'm fine with that. I had him on my podcast, Brilliant Idiots, a few years ago. And on that podcast, we promised to hold each other accountable. Well, Derek Jackson, it's your turn to be held accountable. Okay, let's just get right to it. Derek Jackson is full of okay. What? I can't curse, and you know that. So you say, oh, what? He's full of that. Okay? He's a liar. A textbook narcissist and manipulator who gets what he wants at the expense of other people's well-being. This is a guy who will get online and say this about men who have cheated.
I have no sympathy for a man who finds it to be difficult to be faithful after being in a promiscuous lifestyle, and neither should you. Nobody told you to be promiscuous before the relationship, and nobody made you be monogamous with just her. You don't want her, let another man have her. Simple.
What?
The truth is, you've probably been cheating much
Why you let mom drive?
I like the word.
Where y'all going now? To eat?
When the dude gets caught cheating, that wasn't his very, very first time
Maggiano's is like, which one? Which Maggiano's are you going to?
That was his only time getting caught.
I agree with you there.
Can we pause the video real
All right,
quick?
just call me when you guys are about to leave, because if you gotta.
Yeah, baby girl, because we can all hear your conversation, boo. And I didn't want your stuff to go on live internet world, okay?
What happened?
She was having a conversation on the phone, and we heard the whole conversation. And so,
my bad. I'm sorry. I thought I was muted. I'm sorry.
No, you were not. And the thing is, I said I didn't want your conversation going on internet world, baby girl. Here we go.
Go ahead. Candace, I can't pronounce her last name, but Derek Jackson, who is a married man, brought this woman to Atlanta to stay in his house. He shares with his wife and kids. The woman Candace, who Derek was cheating with, actually took pictures of her laying in the bed he shared with his wife in their Atlanta home. Derek Jackson, who spells his last name Jackson. Why? I don't know. That bothers me. Jackson may be a slave name, but when it comes to black people, it's one of the greatest last names you can ever have. Why would you have that? I mean, when you're talking Jacksons, you're talking Samuel L., Janet, Jesse, Bo, Randy, Mahalia, and of course, Michael. But actually, I'm glad you don't spell your last name Jackson, because you don't deserve to be in that Jackson power ranking, okay? If you were, you would be at the bottom right under Andrew. You know Andrew Jackson, 7th president of the United States, slave master, ethnic cleanser, tyrant. If you actually spelled your last name Jackson correctly, you would be at the bottom of the list near him because of the level of evil that you display. Yes, my brother. See, what we're going to do here today is stop the shenanigans. Okay, see, my father always told me that when you lie, you're not lying to nobody but yourself. And I have watched you since this story broke just lie and attempt to continue to manipulate the public. I mean, that's what you do. You manipulate people. You get online and have these bad faith arguments, which is also textbook narcissism, meaning you don't care about or even try to understand the people that you speak about. You said it yourself. I don't have no sympathy for a man who cheats. Not only do you not care or attempt to understand the people you're talking about, to have any sympathy or empathy, all right? You are dedicated to deliberately misunderstanding and mischaracterizing others to make yourself look good. You like to paint other men as being dishonest and deceptive and morally corrupt. Why? Because you're a narcissist, and that's what narcissists do, project their BS onto other people. The reason you love to paint men as dishonest, deceptive, and morally corrupt is because that's what you are. See, Derek, I waited to give you donkey because I wanted to see how you would react to all of this, and you reacted by doing what you've been doing all this time, and that's lying. See, I saw the first video you posted when you first addressed the allegations. You said that you and your wife were separated during that time and that you and Candace have had a sexual relationship without actually having sex. Listen.
I'm in screw it mode, F it mode. I'm hitting up old chicks. I really don't care at this point. One of those people was a girl named Candace. Now, here's the thing. So me and Candace have had a sexual relationship without actually having sex.
Fallacies, nonsense, word salad.
How can you do that?
Denying. Changing definitions. This is textbook narcissism, people. Lying about what happened, denial, delusion, trying to confuse us to make us doubt the reality of the situation. See, narcissists are often ill-equipped to have mature discussions or resolve conflicts, but in their mind, they are experts at it. Okay, he don't even really understand what he's saying, but in his mind, he's being rational, reasonable, and correct. But the reality is, this nigga just lying. That's why what he's saying don't make no sense, okay? We had a sexual relationship but didn't have sex. That's why it's just an incoherent rant with no logic because it's a lie. Then hours later, Derek Jackson came back online with his wife to admit that he did cheat and that he was unfaithful to his wife. Listen to this guy.
The truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derek Jackson was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex.
First name, nigga, last name, please. Derek, I told you what you did to your wife was wrong. Right? She had nothing to do with this. She wasn't with you when you was out here cheating with these women, so she shouldn't be with you when you're doing damage control. This story has nothing to do with her. Nothing. And what's sad is you are more concerned about saving your business than you are about saving your marriage. You are more concerned about what we think of you than you are about what your wife thinks of you. Okay? You care more about what we think. You're more concerned about what we think of you than you are about what your wife thinks of you. King, if you're going to use your wife as a human shield, like Nino Brown used that kid as a human shield in New Jack City, at least get her glammed up. Okay? You got her up there looking like she forgot it was a second part to the Busted Challenge. I was waiting for her to drop and come up fresh, but that never happened. And guess what? You don't care. You didn't care about the backlash she could receive. You be on social media all the time. You know how cruel people are. Not only does your wife have to heal from your infidelity now, she has to heal from the bullying that she is currently receiving online. But a narcissist like you don't give a damn, because your goal as a narcissist is to dominate and be perceived as right at all costs. Do you know the complex your wife is going to have now? It's impossible to not be impacted by what people say about you online. Ain't enough God and Jesus in the world. You can put on the whole armor of God and God will protect you, but you still gonna feed into what people are saying. And you could have protected your queen from all that because she had nothing to do with it. This is about you and your behavior. If she forgives you, great, but that don't mean drag her out and have her on your arm looking like a damn puppet off Crank Acres and you the chief manipulator controlling all her movements. But that's what narcissists do. They deflect, attack, project. That's why he had his wife there, to deflect. Then he started talking about John Gray because Shade Room asked him a question. You should have just ignored that, but you can't because narcissists love to shift attention from what they are saying and doing. This brother Derek Jackson went so far as to deflect and blame Jesus. Listen.
At that point, I had a beef with God. I gave my life to Christ and my whole life fell apart. My marriage fell apart. At this point, I'm not seeing my kids. And I really honestly just went to a place of effort.
It's the audacity for me. I've never heard a person say I gave my life to God and now my life is effed up. That's not how that works. Derek, I need to tell you, stop lying, nigga. Okay, God, Jesus, the Holy Ghost, they don't got nothing to do with your ways. In fact, they told me to remind you that this is nothing but the devil. That's who should be getting the blame here, the devil. And the devil's name is Derek. You're the liar. You're the manipulator.
Yeah.
You're the
Road dog. Cut it. It says stream unavailable. The people can't see it. I think because we played the video.
You know what? That's absolutely okay. I'm gonna sit there and do another show after this.
Yeah, man.
And then,
Okay.
Road Dog, I'm gonna need that exact same video because I'm gonna sit there and play that shit on mine.
All right. Okay. Well, my bad. We probably should have played the video, just the audio, instead of the
actual video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Can anybody else? I don't think any.
It should kick back on.
Yeah, it should kick back on in a few minutes, and then rewind it a little bit so people can hear it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm getting it on Facebook, but I'm not getting it on YouTube.
That's our YouTube mad.
Oh damn.
Yeah, because it stopped right after the first time he was sitting there and saying something. So
I didn't.
Because I have you up on my.
Probably because I monetized. Okay. Probably because I monetized it. Okay. All right. Well.
It's all right. Can see. Honey, this one can be unmonetized, but you know what? Since we're waiting, then let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. How in the utter fuck are you gonna have a whole sexual relationship and you ain't having
nobody can see us or hear us?
Yeah, we're not live now.
Nobody can hear us or see us. Oh, completely dead. Damn.
Well, you know what? If necessary, here, let me see if I can sit there and add on. I'm gonna try to do the stream with my my restream.
I started to say we can always end it, and there we go. We're back up.
We are.
Yeah, we're back up.
My restream.
Are we back up now? Okay,
yeah,
we're back. We're back. Sorry, guys.
We're back up.
So what happened was we played the video. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry. Let me go ahead and unmonetize that because
I'm gonna say what I was gonna say. If you don't want to sit there and deal with it right here, that's all right. Send me the video. I'm gonna sit there and play that shit on mine because we're gonna hear this motherfucking document today.
Well, no, we can hear it. It's just that we just can't play it. That's why
Okay, then go ahead and
unfortunately that's the sucky thing about YouTube sometimes. So because the whole copyright thing. But even though we're actually clicking on their page, so it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're getting views from it. So I don't understand that particular part. But I'm sorry, everybody.
It's all right. Go back to the first part where Derek Jackson sat there, and he's the first clip that he sat there and he played, because that's where we were before it went dead. I'm still, while y'all doing that, I'm still trying to figure out how you can have a whole sexual conversation, a sexual relationship with somebody that you ain't having sex with. Can someone please fill me in on that?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to figure that one out.
I mean, because I want to know, because when I sit there and I tell my husband I'm not cheating, I don't want to sit there and be accidentally cheating like that. I need to know. Inquiring minds want to fucking know. Shit.
All right, the views are starting to go back up, guys. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. We so we can still play it. Did Will drop out?
He did. Because he said,
he said he had to go.
He had to go.
Did he say he had to go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
About to go and do a show.
So can we still, Road Dogg, still play it? Just show our faces.
Yeah, we can try that.
Okay.
Now you wanted me to go back to where they're sitting on the couch, him and his wife, right?
No.
Yeah, go back to that particular part. Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
No.
Well, no, we were doing a donkey of the day,
And then just go ahead.
And I wanted to get where
Eliza, can you explain to the audience what's going on real quick? Just let them know that they won't be able to see the video, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah, my husband sat there and said that it's Breakfast Club, so yeah, you're gonna get hit regardless. So that's real shit. Because they're gonna sit there and
So I that was my mistake. Then I should have did it from another, not Breakfast Source. I should have probably had somebody do it who was maybe covering it. So that was my fault. I apologize. That was
that's
I didn't
okay.
think of that. So
initially what is going on is that we have Charlemagne the God that is literally holding Derek Jackson accountable, and he's sitting here and he was going in and started to describe the textbook narcissistic actions that this man was taking. Now, honestly, like I said earlier with Mr. Wright that was up here, you know what? He's absolutely right. This is not our life, and this is in some cases entertainment. But at the end of the day, the shit, hey, at the end of the day, we need to sit there and talk about this shit, and we need to sit there and talk about what to do, because there's a whole lot of people that are in relationships just like this, and the shit ain't right. And we're not even gonna go in the fair, but the shit ain't right. And so, I just want everybody out there that to knows us to understand, whenever it comes to the fuckery, oh babe, we see it the same as y'all do. And I mean, shit, if there's a way that we can sit there and be able to have a handout to sit there and help these women and men, not just women, sit there and get out of a fucked up situation like this, because you're dealing with a narcissist. And what that means is, being that they feel so highly about their fucking self, there is going to be no amount of anything that can be done from the other person or anybody outside of themselves that's going to sit there and honestly make them change their mind, assist them with trying to be better. Because once again, if you don't fucking see it as a problem, then why the fuck would you sit there and try to fix it? So, I mean, we're talking about relationships, so let's talk about relationships.
All right, so let's go ahead and finish the rest of that video, and but just the audio.
Yeah.
All right, let's give that a shot. Let me make sure you guys can hear it.
Name, nigga, last name, please. Derek, if nobody else has told you,
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it. Go a little bit before that, though.
Turn it up a little bit more, if you can.
This story has nothing to do with her. Nothing. And what's sad is you are more concerned about saving your business than you are about saving your marriage. You are more concerned about what we think of you than you are about what your wife thinks of you. Okay? You care more about what we think you're more concerned about what we think of you than you are about what your wife thinks of you. King, if you're going to use your wife as a human shield, like Nino Brown used that kid as a human shield in New Jack City, at least get her glammed up. Okay? You got her up there looking like you forgot it was a second part to the Buster Challenge. I was waiting for her to drop and come up fresh, but that never happened. And guess what? You don't care. You didn't care about the backlash she could receive. You be on social media all the time. You know how cruel people are. Not only does your wife have to heal from your infidelity now, she has to heal from the bullying that she is currently receiving online. But a narcissist like you don't give a damn, because your goal as a narcissist is to dominate and be perceived as right at all costs. Do you know the complex your wife is going to have now? It's impossible to not be impacted by what people say about you online. Ain't enough God and Jesus in the world. You can put on the whole armor of God and God will protect you, but you still going to feed into what people are saying. And you could have protected your queen from all that because she had nothing to do with it. This is about you and your behavior. If she forgives you, great, but that don't mean drag her out and have her on your arm looking like a damn puppet off Crankacres and you the chief manipulator in all her movements. But that's what narcissists do.
Yep.
They deflect, attack, project. That's why he had his wife there, to deflect. Then he started talking about John Gray because Shade Room asked him a question. You should have just ignored that, but you can't, because narcissists love to shift attention from what they are saying and doing. This brother Derek Jackson went so far as to deflect and blame Jesus. Listen.
At that point, I had a beef with God. I gave my life to Christ and my whole life fell apart. My marriage fell apart. At this point, I'm not seeing my kids. And I really honestly just went to a place of effort.
It's the audacity for me. I've never heard a person say I gave my life to God and now my life is effed up. That's not how that works. Derek told me to tell you, stop lying, nigga. Okay, God, the Holy Ghost, they don't got nothing to do with your ways. In fact, they told me to remind you that this is nothing but the devil. That's who should be getting the blame here, the devil. And the devil's name is Derek Jackson. You're the liar. You're the manipulator. You're the narcissist. Giving your life to Christ didn't F your life up. You F'd your life up because you live in a lie. And you had the nerve to blame God. You did the same thing to Jesus that you did to your wife. Brought Jesus into it for no reason. But the reason you do this is because you never truly have to take responsibility for their toxic behavior. That's what narcissists do. Narcissists do things like this. The only reason he brought Jesus up is because he never truly wants to take responsibility for his bad behavior. Derek, I decided to be donkey today after what I heard you say last night because it confirmed for me what I already knew. You are a textbook narcissist. Like, you need to be studied. See, gaslighters, narcissists love to speak in the third person. Why? Because it distances them from their actions. Listen to this dude yesterday sitting in the car. Listen.
I hope he understands that all the accountability in the world is not going to rebuild broken trust. Not on a personal level, and even with the public that he's addressing. Like, even his most loyal supporters at this point will probably have a raised eyebrow from this point forward whenever he wants to condemn another man for something like this, and rightfully so. So hopefully he understands that. Nonetheless, I know some people will see this type of video, even though he's come forward and he's been completely honest. Some people are just going to close the book on D. I'm more so on the side of his wife. And just basically letting this be a new chapter of how I see him, because I do believe that his content over the years has helped a tremendous amount of people. You know, he tells the truth, he speaks facts. And quite honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I've needed several new chapters in my own life.
When gaslighters, narcissists feel that not enough people are praising them, they praise themselves. Speaking in third person is a reassurance to the gaslighter narcissist that he's worthy of adoration. Derek, it's just simply time for you to shut the F up forever. Take a break. I know last year with COVID, money probably was tight because you weren't getting booked for speaking engagements to show up to lie to people. And I know you see your business crumbling before your eyes, but King, just go get help. You need to do some real soul searching. You need to do some real therapy, and you need to fix what's wrong with you. Don't get online today trying to project, deflect, and attack anyone else. Prove to us that you are not a narcissist by shutting the hell up. I challenge you to disable all your social media and go away for some months. Vanish. I know as a narcissist, you believe that you can talk your way out of this situation, but no. Because see, if you don't stop now, I know where you're going to go from here. What's going to happen is, instead of really taking responsibility for your actions, you're going to continue to deflect and start attacking other people. And that's when it's going to get bad for you. Because right now it's just Candace. Well, man, oh man, there's so many women that are ready to talk about how you tried to holler at them. And if you don't stop while you're ahead, it's going to get worse. And I know it may feel like it can't get worse, but Derek, it absolutely can. Just go away for a while. I know you got an extremely fragile ego and shaky self-esteem. You're going to be online looking for the handful of people who's still stupid enough to support you. You're going to be reposting them and retweeting them to receive more false validation, looking for folks to side with you and tell them that you are right and good and blah, blah, blah. Well, you can prop your wife up, you can deflect and attack others, blame others, act like you're happily married now, and continue to use this situation to promote that book of lies you have on your website with you and your wife on the cover. But since you, the narcissist, like to speak in third person, let's end this with Derek Jackson giving a piece of advice to Derek Jackson. Listen.
Public service announcement. Marriage doesn't make a man marriage material. See, through the media and sometimes firsthand experience, marriage has been marketed as what it could and really should be, a long-lasting, beautiful union, but it's not a magic trick that wipes away a dude's ain't shit ways forever. You can go get the prettiest ribbon you can find and put it on a turd. It's still going to be a piece of shit. Marriage is married. Loyalty is what makes you committed.
I agree, Derek. You can put a ribbon on a piece of shit and it's still a piece of, okay? And if you proved anything to us this week, it's that you, sir, are a piece of
shit.
Sure, we all grow, but you have to make a commitment to yourself and not this idea of yourself that you have created online. Please let Remy Ma give Derek Jackson the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
All right.
I love it. I love it.
I love you guys.
I love it. Man, look, Charlamagne God. I kind of wish we could sit there and have him on this pedestal because I already know he's gonna have us dying laughing.
All right, guys. I'm gonna start this thing off. You mind if I pick
Go
Miss
on,
Queen?
ahead, darling.
I'm gonna start with Sweet Tea. What did you think, ma'am? You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Think about what was just said.
Yeah. As far
Okay. As far as I missed some of it. I was on the phone. I'm sorry.
Okay, so basically we were holding I'm gonna come back to you and then you can kind of piggyback off of Old School.
Perfect.
Old School, go ahead.
Thank you.
With your
Oh, excuse me. Somebody talking to me?
Well, if you don't wake
Yes,
the hell
sir.
up,
I'll
sir.
wake
Yeah.
up, woman. Damn, I took a break, come back, everybody left. What I do? Say something? I didn't mean
to
to
get
just go away,
coffee.
man. I mean, damn, I was just being. He done took off. Oh, okay.
hey, they couldn't handle it. They couldn't.
Now you
handle
got
it.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay. Anyway, well, I heard the last part about it. You know, you said, yeah, the dude, take some on your own damn advice, and then you bring God in it. And you blame God for your relationship breaking up. I ain't never heard no crap like that. So he's a damn fool. I mean, like I say, from the video to this, it didn't take much for me to see that he was a narcissistic. He's threatening to her. He's got, he's a liar and everything else. He's on a power trip. So, I am not impressed so much of his ass at all. So, I mean, it didn't take much to see that. But, and then again, he's talked to by himself in the third person. That's that kind of person like that. I don't like those people. I stay away from because if I don't, they might hear something they don't like. So, there's a ton of those kind of people around. And I keep my distance because I don't have a tongue like Eliza. I don't say what the when it's necessary. When it's necessary, though. But yeah, he was real. I mean, yeah, the dude, he need to take his own advice. He's a damn fool. And the bad part about it is the examples he's setting is so many women looking at us and we're getting judged by that. And that what angers me. Especially so many guys, and I'm not saying I'm a perfect dude, but I ain't like some of these other guys cheating and doing all this little crazy shit, whooping the hell out of women, all that little bullshit. It's crazy, but it is what it is. But then again, man, one time when you say Eliza, or no, you said all the time, KD, you choosing wrong. Woman, you should have seen that fool coming a mile away.
Right.
A mile away. So, sometimes your bad choices and whatever appeals him to them, hey. But I don't like his ass regardless. As a male, and if he was a female, I'd shoot her ass. But I'm just I shoot him too. But it's just the way it's just real. Damn, people get on my nerves.
All right, yeah, that is the classic response of Old School. We all know how Old School is. Go ahead, Miss Sweet Tea.
I'm going to give Eliza my 2 minutes. I love hearing what she says. I really do, girl. You are like, I love you.
No, sweet tea, that's not fair. You can't do that. You can't keep giving them. If you gonna come on the panel,
Wait. Is Chantel? Wait. Is Chantel on the panel? Chantel?
Yeah, where's she at? Just come on.
I need you to go ahead and rebuttal. Go ahead and
Becky,
rebuttal.
you're absolutely hold on.
My sis.
Before we do that, Becky, my sister from another mister, you are 100% right, because that's exactly what the fuck he's doing. Especially whenever you had the gall to sit there and write a fucking book after that shit. Well, I wish I would sit there. I wish I would sit there and shit on your book. Fuck you and your book. Both of y'all can burn in hell together.
Hello, Chantel, go ahead.
There's 30 seconds of sweet tea time. You better go ahead, Chantel. Hurry up.
We're not going to give Eliza 4 minutes. No way.
No way in hell we give her no damn 4 minutes.
So my bad.
Because I gonna want the same thing. So you better.
Chantel hasn't spoke a lot. So go ahead, Chantel.
Say something, money.
You on mute, baby. You on mute.
Muted, baby.
You mute.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought I
okay.
was
There we go.
unmuted. I thought I was muted before. Now I'm unmuted. Well, with the Charlemagne of God, and he's a cheater too, right?
Mm-hmm.
He cheated on his wife too.
Well, we're not talking about. We're not talking
No,
about.
I'm just asking. Like,
yes,
I'm
he
saying
did.
that's.
He is.
Oh, okay.
Did he cheat on his
I'm
wife?
just making
Yes.
sure.
But he did.
I don't really
correct
listen
his,
to like
but he
Charlemagne
did
of God or
correct
any.
his. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really listen to him, but I'm saying like he's a cheater too. So of course, like I don't know, he also don't have no room to say nothing. Period. Like if you
But he
cheated,
did say.
I
He
feel
did
like
say, Chantel. He did say.
I know
that.
But I'm saying that
was
if
just
you
like,
have
there's no
no
hold
room,
each other.
yeah, which is fine. He held him accountable. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Y'all both
Okay.
cheaters.
Go ahead.
Y'all both suck. Period. That's besides the point. Like at the end of the day, like if you cheat on somebody that you decided to get into a
Okay.
committed relationship with, whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, like if you decided to cheat because you decided that's what you wanted to do, you're trash. Like you're just like at the end of the day, like regardless of anything, you have the opportunity to be like, oh look, I don't want to be in a relationship. You have the choice to say, I don't want to be in a relationship, but I just want to do my own thing. I want to talk to multiple women. I want to talk to multiple men. You have the choice. Do not, and especially if you're not healed. Like if you're doing this because you're hurt, because hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're not healed completely, do not get into a relationship with somebody and hurt them because you're hurt. Because the person before this person did you wrong. And now you decided to do somebody else wrong. Like what? That logic don't make no sense to me. Because I will wholeheartedly continue to be single than rather you do me dirty when I have done nothing but be open and honest. Because at the end of the day, like you're not gonna ever turn my character. Like you're never gonna be like that.
No, let her keep going. Let her keep going. She's
What
feeling real.
she
Let her
said.
do it.
Like I'm saying, like you're never gonna deter my character no matter what you do to me. At the end of the day, I'm always going to lead with kindness. I'm always gonna have positivity. I'm always gonna speak positivity into everybody that I meet. I'm always gonna see the good in people regardless. And I have been done dirty. My brother knows. He knows that I've been done dirty multiple times. But you will never catch me you'll never catch me doing somebody else dirty because I've been done dirty. It's never going to happen. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tread more lightly in the situations that I become in because I feel as though like someday there will be somebody in my life that will treat me exactly the way I need to be treated. But until then, I will not settle for less. And my brother thinks that I am aggressive sometimes, but I have to be because if I continue to be nice as I have been in the past, the same things will happen to me over and over again. I have to be aggressive and I have to tell them, look, this is what I'm not going to take. I don't care.
Yep.
You don't have to pay for nothing. You don't have to buy me nothing. You don't have to nothing of that. None of that. I am a quality time type person. So at the end of the day, like if you give me your time and your energy and your honesty, you will get the most out of me. Period.
Yes.
So
okay. So I want to rebuttal a little bit of what she said. Okay,
right, I'm hot.
You just ain't gonna give me the floor. That's all. That's what it's like.
So the whole no, she's absolutely right. I think, but I don't even think that's aggressive. You stating what you as far as what you want in a man. I don't think that's aggressive. I think that's
but
more
you tell
assertive.
me that I'm aggressive because you said that I'm not like, oh my God, like That's so sweet. Like you want me to be soft and all this other which I am, because you don't see me in a relationship being that we don't live in the same state and we haven't lived in the same state in years.
I just said sometimes you gotta chill out on that, because the thing is, it's not attracted to a man when as far as being masculine. Nobody wants to date a man. I mean, I'm talking about
I understand that, and I tried that. I tried that in my last relationship.
You have to lay the ground rules out at the beginning.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think.
So you have. What I'm saying is that here's the thing. A man is made. Hold on, real quick, Eliza. The thing is, what I'm trying to get to is this, like a man, when he takes you out on a date, that's an investment. Regardless of how you look at it, if he's paying for the date, that's a man. That's what a man should do. A man should court a woman and pay for the date. But the thing is, all I want you to do is just be nice during the date. I would like for you to be nice, and I'm going to be nice to you. It's the same thing. If I was an asshole during the date, regardless if I pay or not. Hold on, Eliza.
You know what? At the end of the day,
you cutting me off.
I gave Eliza my 2 minutes.
Eliza.
Right. You feel me?
God damn it.
Go ahead, host.
Shit. I'm talking to you, cut me off. All right. Yeah, I forgot what the fuck I was about to say.
Wasn't that important? I'm just playing.
Wasn't important.
What the hell? All right. What I'm saying is that doesn't give the right for a man to treat a woman like shit on a date as well, regardless if he's paying or not. What the main focal point of this particular stream is for women to look out for men like this and run fucking fast, okay? And then and this is proof that I also hold men accountable. I do not advocate for men like Derek Jackson. I do not. So this is that's why I had this broadcast, because I don't know, maybe some people felt I was one-sided on certain things, but you have to understand this is a man. Most of my audience is men who watch this channel.
Hold on.
So I have to cater to that particular audience. But
off to where I was, what I was going to sit there and say.
You did
back to what Chantel said.
Hold on, real quick. I'm almost done.
Okay.
I know. But what I'm saying is that as far as the particular video is,
mute yourself, sweet tea, before you start talking, honey. Mute your phone before you start talking.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Do it. What I'm saying is that we just gotta make sure that we have to also look out for men like this, but we also have to know how to pick. Our pick meter has to be on point. On certain, are we humans? Do we make mistakes? Absolutely. But I digress. Go ahead, Eliza.
Okay. I want to go ahead and piggyback off of something Chantel said real quick.
Okay.
What? Now I can't even fucking remember what it is.
Oh God!
Okay, why you think? Can I throw something out here, Eliza?
I think old school been rubbing off on us. We've been.
Don't blame that on me, you old fuck. I took my nap.
Go ahead.
He said I took my nap.
Okay. Kdot.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Please. I would love to answer.
You just said that a man should invest in a woman and pay for the dates and all that, correct?
He did.
Yes, I did say that. Yes.
But yet, at the beginning of the show, if she's not giving it up, you shouldn't.
Okay. Can I?
I would love to have you clarify that.
You're gonna wait
No. I want to clarify that. I want to clarify that.
You're gonna wait after me. That was just a question because this is still my time. And honestly, now I'm about to get them damn 4 minutes that y'all didn't want my black ass to have.
Eliza, I'll give you 5 if he can pull himself out of that hole.
Oh no, I will absolutely.
Go ahead.
I will absolutely. I don't mind. You gotta hear this. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Every man in the world, you better get us out.
I clarified. I'm gonna answer your question.
Do it.
That's a very good question. Well, first of all,
handle it.
She made it very known and upfront that she was not having sex with him, period, unless she was made a wife. I'm talking about now. If a lady does not say that to me, I'm going to invest
You're
in
gonna
it.
get some pussy, which you not.
So she made it up front, so I'm going to be up front too. Well, okay, well then we'll just court or not court. I'm in go Dutch.
But see, here's the
So
thing.
you just said
It's a man's job to sit there in court. So there's that.
not court, but
Here's
Dutch.
the thing. You
Dutch.
sat there and said that it is a man's job to court. You never sat there and said within stipulation, within reason, or within.
I did say that. I did say that. I even broke it.
You did
Eliza,
not.
I even broke it down. Eliza, I even broke it down on even on Facebook. I said I agree with this young man 100%. And I even stated, now if she's a virgin, then I totally understand. Totally
like
get
I said,
it.
You explained that back then, but then you changed it. You did not sit there.
No, I didn't. I still said it. I said if she's a virgin, I did. Did I old school? Did I not say that?
He did say
Thank
that.
you. I did.
That's
say
what I
that.
said.
I
I said he said that at the beginning. We're talking about right then, right before.
Right.
I was sitting there and trying to talk.
Yeah.
You did
I
not.
still feel the same way.
You sat there and say
I
it is a man's job
still
to
feel the
court
same
a
way.
woman unless he's
No,
sitting
what I'm
there
saying,
and trying to date another man.
I absolutely still feel the same way. If she throws that up front, don't I have a right to be like, okay, well, if you're already throwing stipulations already out already, and that's fine, and I don't disagree with your stipulation. And if that's what but you also have, okay, if you're bringing this to the table, then this is what I'm bringing. Then we'll just go ahead and go on Dutch if that's how you feel. Because I didn't even say anything about sex. You brought up sex. You said I am not right. She said she brought up sex. He didn't bring up sex. She brought up sex. So I have a right to respond to that. I'm gonna be like, okay, well then I choose to put my money elsewhere, or even if I do choose to be with you, that's still a choice.
Yes,
it's still a risk factor.
You're reinforcing. Hold on, right. You're reinforcing the idea that the only thing you wanted from her was sex in the first place. And honestly, a lot of men, you constantly say yourself that whenever a lot of men are out here on the dating scene, they're dating and they're trying to sit there and invest. And whenever you're trying to invest, how is it that you can sit there and expect at least to sit there and have sex immediately, but then later on you want to invest?
I didn't say immediately. I didn't say anything about having sex. She brought up sex immediately.
Yes, once again, we
correct.
Clarified that. I did not say that you said that immediately. I'm saying the insinuation because once again, she brought it up, but that was the current date. That could have been their first date. She was sitting there laying out stipulations so that she could sit there and feel safe for whatever the reason it is that she sat there and put it out. Whenever you sit there and say, well, you know what, I have every right to sit there and change it up. You're absolutely right. You do. But then again, you're also sitting there and saying in the same breath that whenever you're doing the courting process, you're doing it as a way of making an investment to your wife. I mean, honestly, if we're going to sit there and go by biblical standards, then you ain't supposed to be sitting there and trying to have sex with a woman other than your wife. So why would that even be a factor?
The factor is it's because remember, it's still hold on, wait, Eliza. No, wait. We're talking about a market. We're talking about it's a dating market, which means that you have to pay for something.
We are
no.
And whenever you're referring to us as cattle and as property, which I'm the slave man did, we are not cattle and we are not property.
Stop that.
Hold on.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
Oh, well, is it?
That's bullshit. Okay, so so y'all don't say, okay, so you're not gonna sit here, but you're not gonna sit here and say, ladies don't be saying, oh, okay, well, I'm off the market.
But bro,
don't we hear that all the time? We hear that all the time.
We're talking about men, so let's talk about men, baby. We ain't talking about ladies.
No, what I'm saying, okay, men say it too. Men say that's a generalized statement as far as us being we're no longer single. We are off the marketplace. That is always that is a generalized statement from everybody, all walks of life. We are no longer available anymore. What I'm saying is that I am not going to go and purchase a car and then or try to purchase a car. Oh, but the thing is, you can get the you can get the car, but we're gonna take the wheel. You can get the car, but we're gonna take the. You can't.
So
we gonna take the
car is how important having sex that potentially first night is to you.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that it's important to have sex. She said she's not having sex until I'm getting married. That's exact. She didn't say anything about the second date, the third date, before she said.
That's
she
what
said,
he said. That's what
and
she
then
said.
he said, "Okay, then I'm going to invest my money into my wife." Period. And he has a right to say that. And then, but who are you to say? But who are you to? But who are you to be like? Okay, what makes you so special? Especially if you're not a virgin. That states that I have to heed to your demands. Okay, then I'll get with somebody that
Here, hold on. Let me answer that
my
question.
body, my choice.
Hold on. Well,
okay, I agree. I agree. And then I also my money, my choice.
What makes me so special is I'm the one that holds the pussy that you trying to get. I'm the one that holds that shit. That's what makes me so fucking special, because at the end of the day,
no,
you know
not.
what?
No, a vagina is standard. That comes with a woman. What are you talking about? Just like a dick.
Standard. I met some trans people. They ain't got.
Like a dick
they
comes
can
with.
sit there and look a whole lot like a woman. They walk around with a shit.
Am I correct? Am I correct? Okay, so what's so special about it? I don't understand.
Y'all argue about
but you know I'm telling the truth, because that is standard. That
y'all
comes. That is that.
Stop. Okay.
That comes.
Let's understand one thing right now. Both of y'all stop.
Well, hang on.
First of all, as long as I've been dating women, I'm 64 years old. I've been dating women since I was 14. When you going, the last thing on my mind when I first date with is going to bed.
Thank you.
I'm trying to get to.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say anything about going to bed.
No. Any conversation. If you meet no one for the first time, if the first thing come out your mouth is
I'm trying to get to know this person.
That's what is on your mind in the first place.
But
why is there?
Right, but she brought up sex, and then she said she already assumed that
she's in tune to it already.
But in that is an assumption that she already assumed that I was automatically thinking about that. That's an assumption. I just wanted to get to know her. I still
ain't even had my 2 minutes in there talking about something completely different. You've been sitting there, didn't want me to have 5 minutes, but you've been
I was answering Road Dog's question.
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
I'm gonna give Eliza my 2 minutes.
You two going over each other about the same thing. The whole point about it is, if two people meet each other, they're serious about one another, and you're trying to get each other, sex should not be the first goddamn thing come out your damn mouth. I'm trying to find out: are you stable? Are you not crazy as a fuck? You're not gonna cut my ass up? I go to sleep. I'm trying to find that shit out. All right, the least thing I'm trying to do is get in the bed with you, because I know already. Like I told you before, once I get your mind and your heart,
everything
the pussy's
else
coming. So I'm going through the process of knowing who the hell you are.
And I'll give you a prime example.
So
I'll give you a prime example real quick. I'll give you a prime example. And I know you've seen this post. I know you've seen this post, Eliza. Reginae Carter, Lil Wayne's daughter, has stated, I read the whole fucking article. She said, for my first date, you have to at least rent out a movie theater or a restaurant. I'm talking about rent the whole fucking thing out, because I like my privacy and I like my date to have privacy. And we ain't fucking. So
what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. That's fucking delusional. First off,
sorry,
because you're talking about hold on. Reason why I said that you're delusional because you're talking about a short list of men as far as percentile wise. We're talking about. She's talking about.
You cannot listen. You cannot gain information if you continue to talk.
Guys, I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
But I have to go get ready for Brittany's birthday party, Kevin.
Okay, love you, sis.
Love you too.
All right, you got 3 minutes, Eliza. Go ahead.
Oh no, honey, I got way more than 3 minutes.
Love you guys.
No. We got.
I'm giving her 5, even though you didn't dig your way out of the hole.
I did dig my way out of the hole. I explained it very.
Because I have
everybody else is still talking over me, and it's my time. I'm gonna go ahead.
I do have a rebuttal on yours, Kdot. But
put a conclusion.
Eliza, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. to go ahead and make a conclusion to your statement, Kdot. First of all, she did that to let people know that she is not the type that's going to date the average fucking Joe. If you cannot sit there and meet her standards, then
High
guess what? You
expectations.
cannot
Yeah.
meet her standards. And you're not supposed to. Her daddy's a fucking celebrity, regardless of whether we like him or not. Therefore, there's going to be a certain exclusive group of men that are going to be able to be around her dad, not be embarrassed, not be intimidated, but more so not sit there and try to leech off of her daddy that can hold their own when it comes to taking care of my daughter. So that is the reason that she did that. She was not wrong. She was 100% fucking right. And guess what? Now she's a motherfucking wife. So so
Okay,
obviously,
all right. We'll pay attention to the outcomes and see if that shit happens. We'll see if that shit happens. What I'm saying is that she's delusional.
I understand that. Once again, that was just a conclusion to that part of the
Because
conversation.
men are going to pay. We pay attention to numbers. Do we not? We're logical creatures.
Sweetheart,
We're going to be like, oh, okay, she thinks we're a fucking ATM.
At the end of the
Okay,
day,
got
how
it.
many other people do you know that's sitting here making Lil Wayne money? This is back when he was sitting here looking like a gremlin to looking like a troll. I mean, shit, wasn't nobody sitting there having his money. This motherfucker was what? One of the richest fucking rappers in his fucking time, looking like a motherfucking troll from the motherfucking from the Billy Goat's Gruff. So,
He still look like a troll.
Thank you. This motherfucker look like a troll and a midget. So at the end of the day, you can sit there and know numbers all you want to. You're not gonna be able to fuck that pussy.
No
Sorry.
disrespect to
Unless you decide
short
to
people.
give it community.
No disrespect to short people.
Short
right.
people.
They're not short,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
fun
That nigga is short than a motherfucker. But my whole
Just
point
wanna
is
make that clear.
to get back to this Derek Jackson shit.
Okay.
My thing is this. You know, your sister sat there and said, well, you know what? Didn't Charlamagne cheat? Here's the difference, and this is where I saw it. Even if Charlamagne did cheat,
Yeah.
we can sit there and take cheating out of the entire equation.
Mm-hmm.
Narcissism to somebody that's not a narcissist might be a dick, might be an asshole, might be that motherfucker.
Okay.
Shit, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. For the longest time, I thought Charlamagne was gay. I sat there and thought Lil Duval was this dude's nigga for real. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But
Still needs to be a mystery.
that part. But at the end of the day,
Okay.
he's not a narcissist. You can tell by the way he interacts with everybody else. You can even tell by the way he speaks. He's not a narcissist. He
Yeah.
may say some things that you don't agree with, but what he will do is sit there and hold himself accountable, especially if somebody's checking him about some shit.
Yeah.
He might sit there and go back off on you to sit there and try to, give you a little rebuttal because honestly, like I said, the man look gay. He gonna sit there and try to, let it be known that he ain't no
And
crook.
and you're right. And he's actually put himself on Donkey of the Day several times. So
Exactly. But when it comes
So.
to Derek Jackson, like he said, not only did you sit there and put yourself out there, but then you sat there and hid behind your wife when you could tell that woman was fucking terrified. Not
Yes.
only that, but once again, come on now. Are we really gonna sit there and act like she didn't look like she was coming off of Rhythm Nation? From motherfucking Janet Jackson fucking video sitting there talking about that girl looked like she was struggling. You could sit there and see the motherfucking stress
Oh, yeah.
she had all over her face.
Yeah.
And everything else.
she didn't want to be there. She didn't want to be there. She was forced. She was absolutely forced.
Fuck.
I agree.
And then you gonna sit there and put the pictures of your side bitch. I'd be damned if I called a bitch a mistress because at least a mistress know her place. You gonna sit there and have pictures of your
Damn.
motherfucking side hoe, your side bitch, all up on the fucking internet, and then go sit there and have her breast glammed up picture. A best glammed up picture of this woman.
Yep.
You know damn well whenever you was done sitting there riding that bitch face, her makeup all smeared. She waking up, sitting there and trying to clean that shit off the pillow.
Right.
You know that bitch didn't sit there and look like that. You
And
know
I
your
do-
motherfucking
and I do
bitch.
believe-
Your wife was in a hot fucking mess.
And I do believe that he was more focused on saving his
reputation.
enterprise than his
reputation.
marriage. And the reason why I say that, and to rebut Will, the thing is, did he ever in any of that video, did he ever offer any of his customers that bought his books refunds? No.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? That's because if I'm really focused on my marriage and I'm really trying to look, man, look, at the end of the day, if I lose my wife, I ain't got nothing. I feel like I ain't got nothing because that's who I gave my life, my
all.
everything to, my all
You're the
to.
reason I'm doing any of this.
You
And
know what
so
I'm saying?
honestly,
And
if
they could have,
put my music on,
even that they could have rebranded it and been like, this is how we made it or something. I don't know.
Right. But the whole
But
hold on.
Eliza, I
Just
have
take it-
paused
just
your
take it.
timer.
Well,
by
actually,
the way.
technically, he does have a
Thank
book
you,
on
because
that.
he's sitting there taking my time. I was
He
just about
does
to
have
say
a book
that.
on that. Never mind.
Gotcha.
But nobody was buying this shit. But the thing I'm saying is that I just felt like
Kdot.
he should have been more focused on his marriage.
Hey,
More
Kdot.
focused on his marriage.
You know, I agree.
Go ahead,
Still
Sweet
her
Tea.
time.
What you mean, sweet tea? Fool, I ain't even got on my damn time. You sat there interrupted on my shit.
I'm sorry. I thought she was trying to speak. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You see
No,
how he do me?
no listening.
I just said I thought she was trying to speak. I apologize.
She was. She was speaking. She's gonna say, give Eliza 2 more minutes. That's what she's gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
She still
Eliza
has
can
3
have my
minutes and
3 minutes.
I do gotta.
Eliza, you still have
Thank you,
3
sweet
minutes.
I love
She,
you,
oh,
bro.
she gave
Okay,
her
can we
again.
do it?
Oh, come on,
Can we real quick, Eliza?
But what?
Eliza, can we go around? Can we ask
But no, you know
if
what?
we
No,
agree
you're not
that
gonna be taking my
if
time.
he's a
You
narcissist
gonna
or
give me
not?
my time. I didn't even have my 2 minutes before you sat there
I'm
and
just
interrupted.
asking. Can we
ask?
ask if we agree if he's a narcissist? That's it. If we can go around and if we don't agree, if we agree, I don't believe Will agrees that he's a narcissist.
Who? That
Well,
guy
That
with the video?
Derek Jackson.
Okay, I'm done.
I
Yeah.
agree he's a narcissist.
Everybody
Yes.
on the panel agrees that he's
Agree
a
to that.
narcissist.
Yeah, he's a
The only
narcissist.
one
Yeah.
that
I don't know. That's why I was asking. That's why I was
I'm
like,
telling
let's
you now,
ask.
yeah. I got nothing to say.
Kdot.
Yes.
Sweet
Yes.
Tea, do you agree
Yes.
he's a narcissist?
Honestly, you've given everybody else time, and then you've cut me off, and I granted I've cut you off, but I
You
would really
now
like to
you
have
cut
my
me
time.
off like 3
I did.
times. You better
I did.
stop
We
it.
cut it
Right.
all day long. You
I'm
two
just
have no
saying.
Don't worry, I
Can
got
we-
you paused. You're good.
Thank you.
Whatever, road dog.
Don't be
and-
a hater. Don't be a hater.
And
But
Kdot,
no, honestly,
that's
I-
strike
ahead.
one.
I do believe that everybody that's on the panel now agrees that Derek Jackson is a freaking narcissist. And honestly,
Okay.
the shit was fucking disgusting.
It
My
was.
heart goes out to his wife. Like I
Yeah.
said, y'all, this
No.
girl had fucking stress pimples. Her makeup wasn't done. She had it fucking gobbed on, sitting there trying to cover this shit up. You know what? Like she said, she might have left. But I'm gonna sit there and tell you now, whenever she's already sitting there stating that, you know what, I have really so low self-esteem, and then this amazing, beautiful, such and such and such man, aka this man that every other woman is coveting, is sitting here and liking me. That boost, that does something for your self-esteem. It really does. And so now to sit there and say that not only was he cheating, because once again, he didn't do it once. This was after fucking 10 years worth of bullshit. 10 years, a decade.
That's
I
a
don't
lot
give
to
a
put
fuck.
up with.
It really is. And like I said, this is before marriage, through marriage, during a pregnancy. Do you know how much shit how much is put on a woman by making a person? Do y'all, I mean, this is emotional, mental, physical, everything else underneath the fucking sun. And then
Yeah.
literally you were sitting there and you were fucking other females and everything else during this entire time span. And then not only that, but while he was out fucking these women, she was sitting there taking care of that baby by her motherfucking self.
Yeah.
While he was sitting there fucking out Tom, Dick, Harry, Pookie, Ray, Keisha, all of them. That's the part that's the most disgusting. And then on top of that, and this is probably gonna be the last thing I'm gonna say real quick.
I don't believe I want to hear this.
Shut up. You said that. You right, old school. You right. But
Wow, you still have 2 minutes too.
You got to tell that road dog when you down this. Don't just quit.
sorry, this is my baby boy, so I'm probably gonna have to sit there and move my
Be
camera.
quiet, road dog.
But
Shut the hell
no,
up.
That's right, too, Kdot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on,
Come on,
okay.
man.
Y'all can have it. I gotta tend to my son real quick. So y'all can have it. Hold on.
Oh, you giving up your minutes now? Okay.
I didn't say I was giving up my minutes. I said I'm tending to my son. Y'all can go ahead and carry
You're
on.
timing out.
Right back up.
She's timing out.
Damn it, why'd you have to remind you?
I'm gonna get road dog later. You dirty.
No, I love Eliza. I love. We know we
y'all
giving her
killing
shit.
me,
I love the passion she has.
So Sweet Tea, you agree that he's a narcissist, correct?
I do. And it's heartbreaking again seeing her have to endure that kind of a relationship, that kind of an attitude. It takes a lot out and it's soul crushing for a woman. So I gave up dating years ago because I had encountered a few too many narcissist men or men that want to be kept or taken care of. And I don't have time to raise another child. I have a child that I was raising. So
Okay.
no thanks.
And when you mean by taking care of, you're talking about somebody who ain't doing his part and then wants you to
Right.
do everything. Yeah, that's not okay. And
Right.
that's what
Or
I'm saying.
expecting, because I'm a woman, that I need to go make a sandwich. So no, you make me a sandwich and then I'll make yours tomorrow.
I mean, I feel her on that, but I'm gonna say this, baby.
Okay.
If you can sit there and
Yes.
do everything that I want you to do, and you can sit there and dig me down, ooh, so good, baby. I'm gonna sit there and make you more than a motherfucking sandwich. You gonna have to ask a motherfucking thing. If you ever
Yeah.
have to go to a woman to sit there and demand or ask for a motherfucking, especially when it comes to food, I'm
That's a
gonna need y'all
problem.
to stop and sit there and try to figure out what
There's
the
a
fuck it is
problem.
that the guy ain't
There's a
doing.
problem. Exactly. There's a
Exactly.
problem. That comes with the,
Because
that comes
Now
with
I
the, that
wouldn't
comes
mind
with
asking
everything else.
for. Look, because we're like I said, men, good men are very simple. Sex, silence,
Do explain.
sex, sandwich, silence. Okay, that's all we want, really. And
no,
Silence?
Kdot, no, Kdot. That's all you want. That's all.
no. I'm
You want to bang bang
no. I've
3,000
heard
Okay,
other
you know
men
what it
say
is?
it
and
too.
take
No,
your
no,
salary
yeah,
That's
and
not
then
don't
burn
jump on,
yourself
don't
off.
jump
That's
on
what you
KD,
want.
This
but
is what
KD
no,
gonna explain himself.
hold on,
He
wait a
right,
minute.
dog.
Fuck that.
KD right,
Wait a
no,
minute.
KD
No,
right.
I'm about
He's
to bring
right.
this
No,
shit up.
KD,
Hold
no,
on, wait a
KD is
minute.
right.
Hold on,
No,
wait
no,
a
I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
He's trying to
I'm on
help
your
you
side.
out.
Wait, old school's gonna say something.
Hold
I'm on
on.
your
Say
side,
it.
KD. All I'm saying is what he
Do
meant by
me.
silence.
That's why she
What he
hiding
meant
in the
by
corner.
silence
God
is
damn it. No,
no.
fuck
What he
that.
meant by silence is that there's a time when to shut the hell up and there's a
Yeah.
time to talk. I'm not saying he ain't saying she wants you to shut the fuck up all the time.
That we
What
just
I'm
don't
saying
like
is
the nagging.
the situation is
We just don't
there's
like
a
the
time
nagging.
to
That's
shut
all.
up. There's a time to talk. Yeah, most men are simple when they want good sex, a good woman, just
And
simple life.
that's why I
You don't
asked this
need much.
question on
You don't need
Facebook.
much.
Time.
I asked this question. I asked this question on Facebook, old school. Check it out.
Mhm.
I said, ladies, do you think women care about what men should want or what men actually want in a relationship? Meaning,
I want for
I
real.
think you
Can I answer
should
that?
feel this way instead
Okay.
of being like, okay,
But
I
Kdot, you got
acknowledge
a
your
woman.
feelings.
Hold on. You ask that to the women. You got to let the woman answer. You can't sit there and ask a question of a woman and then answer that, because then that puts you in a whole predicament in the situation.
No, I didn't
where you
answer.
cannot
No,
speak.
I was just
Hold on.
saying. Yeah,
Let me
I was
answer
just.
that question. This
Go
is
ahead.
only my personal, but this is my personal belief. So for the audience, I'm answering this for myself. I cannot sit there
Man,
and
please
I'm not,
don't say both. Oh my
I'm
God,
not.
I am so
No, I'm
hearing
not.
that.
You
I'm
know
so
what?
tired of hearing that shit.
Look here, man.
Because I
Don't you try
asked
to
direct
control.
question, and you know, Eliza, I've been all this week. I've been
Don't
asking
try
direct
to
question,
control the
and
answer
I've been
that comes out
getting
of my
both.
mouth, even though I'm not
You
gonna
got to
say
give me
both.
that. You got to give me
Okay.
that, sis.
Well,
You
you
got to
know
give
what?
me
You're
that.
gonna have to let me answer. You cannot sit there and talk
Okay.
over me and
I'm
then try
sorry.
to
I'm
dictate
gonna let
what
you
I can
answer.
do
I'm
and what
sorry.
I cannot.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you answer. I'm sorry. Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
But I just
Once
hope you see where
again,
I'm coming from.
I'm answering for me. As
Okay.
far as your question, reiterate your question, because all that extra
You want me
shit.
to read? Want me to reread it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me.
You two are true brother and sister. Y'all fight like husband and wife.
Yeah.
Brother and sister all day long.
Oh,
Y'all
this my
kill me.
sister all day long.
He
my
my
sister
brother from
all day
another
long.
mother. So yeah.
Lord have mercy.
I love her to death. She know that.
This is why my sister live in Detroit.
So okay, so the
All day
question
long.
is, and here's the thing. I want the same question asked by Sweet Tea as well.
Okay.
I said, ladies, do you think women care about what men should want or what men actually want in a relationship, as far as how they want to be treated in a relationship?
Okay.
I'll go first.
I'm gonna answer this question.
Okay.
First of all, when we say women, I'm gonna sit there and answer for adult girls, and then I'm gonna answer for women, because the answer is different. For adult girls, They don't give a fuck about you. They are in a relationship to get them. They are in a relationship to have a motherfucker sit there and take care of them, make them feel like the pretty princess, and sit there and try to fill up based off of you. That's what they're doing. That's and I'm just gonna put it out there and be 100% honest. That's why a lot of these relationships out here ain't working. That's why you got some of these little bitches sitting there talking about, oh, I want a 6-figure nigga. But obviously, whenever it comes to what can you offer that same 6-figure man, not nigga. Okay, just understand mentality is a motherfucker and it's very different. When I'm sorry, I guess they sitting there talking about dope boys, not this other shit, because that's what a 6-figure nigga is. But whenever it comes to what you can offer, oh, I can offer some good pussy, baby. Just because you got pussy don't make it good. Okay, I mean let's keep it 100. I mean we've had kings and queens, and literally we've had women that sat there and got beheaded because their pussy was rent. I mean, let's just keep it 100.
Henry the Fifth.
I mean, it's just 100. Now, as far as answering that question for a woman, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say, I am more concerned about what it takes to sit there and please my husband. I'm not worried about what he should like. I'm worried about what he does, because at the end of the day, I picked you. There had to be something in you that sat there and sparked. I had to be able to recognize the God in you. That's the God in me. And whenever I sit there and I say that, that means, baby, I am going to go out of my way to sit there and try to flourish every aspect of you, because that's the God in you. And I already know it's going to sit there and come back to me. We can sit there and talk about how shit should be. We can sit there and talk about all this other stuff when you're going by societal standards, biblical standards, all this shit.
I just want the question answered. I just answered the question. No, you didn't.
You didn't answer the question?
No, you didn't. You went all the way around the goddamn Mayberry Bush. I said I will read the question again.
Sweet.
Yeah, just to the point. Eliza, shit.
You knew that when you gave him 5 minutes. Why do you think he ain't different?
I was answering for 2 different types of men, or 2 different types of women.
No, I did. Okay. I'll reread the question. I said, ladies, do you, because I keep getting this shit. This is what I keep getting. You ain't the only one.
Reread the damn question.
I just get to the fucking. What I'm saying is, ladies, when I said, do you think women care what men should want? That means that I'll give an example. This is how you should feel about this certain situation instead of how you actually feel. Okay? Or what men actually want in a relationship.
I just answered that. I said what men actually want. I just answered that. You're the one that obviously sat there and said I was going all around. I said, as women,
you went all but your ass was talking to God. You didn't say actually in any of your sentences.
Okay, sweetheart, did I not sit there and say that I want to sit there and cater to what my man wants? I don't give a fuck what he should need, what he should, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to sit there and cater to what he actually wants. Did I not say that?
No, I did hear that particular part as far as what he should. I don't care what he should need, but I didn't hear, you didn't say actually want though, but you did. But I get what you're saying though. Okay, so you agree. You're talking about, okay, so you want a man, you care about what he actually want instead of what he should want.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to know.
The reason why is because
your turn, sweetie. Your turn, sweetie. Sweetie.
You know when you shut up.
Carry up.
No, we may have to care about what for a minute.
Okay. That was at least 10 fucking minutes. That was at least 10 fucking minutes.
Let me 2 minutes. Give me my 2 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sweetie.
I should not care about what a man should want. I want to gel with somebody exactly the way they are. I shouldn't want to try to change them or tell them that they should feel this way. It's either they do or they don't.
Period.
And if they don't, then that's it. If they do, then hey, let's click.
That's it. That's it. Straight.
Okay, hold on.
That's all I wanted.
Sweetie, please. I wanted to hear what you had to say. My son.
How'd you miss that?
Because my son just called me, answer the phone. Would you just?
Oh, okay, my bad.
Would you just, sweetie, please?
Ahead,
I've been waiting to hear what you had to say. Repeat it, please.
I should not have to care about what a man should want. He either does or he doesn't want the things that I want. If he doesn't want it, then we're not clicking. If he does, then we're on the same page and then we click. But I shouldn't have to try to change him or change his mind into what he should want.
Okay, that makes sense.
So she agrees with. She said actually want. She cares about what a man actually wants.
Okay.
And I believe Eliza said the same thing.
Yeah, it just took her longer. That's all.
She did.
Yeah,
it just took her longer. She got. I mean, she did say it, but it just took her longer. That's Eliza. You know,
that's
you just gotta give
you
her.
gotta
time
have
to
a
think.
whole goddamn biography and shit. Well, let me
But
tell
you
you
know
why.
you're getting with
Each
her.
word,
I
and
love
let me
her.
read the definition of each letter. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Hold on. I just want to get to the point.
Would you ask the wrong person to ask Eliza that?
Where's the bell?
Let me add to this as a man. Let me add to what she was saying. Both of the question. Now, you said a woman shouldn't have to worry about, or are they concerned about what a man wants, or do they care? I can tell you what example, and I've told you this about this test.
Did you want me to reread the?
No, I need you to reread. I understand it.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an example how most women don't give a damn. It ain't that they just being meaningful. It's just that's how they think. When you go to a counseling session with a marital counseling session, there's a test they give you, and they say,
compatibility
piece of paper. Yeah, no, take a piece of paper and write down what you need to please and make you happy in a relationship with this woman, and she's to do the same thing. Every man writes 1 to 5 things, because most men don't need a lot. That woman will start on the first page, flip that sucker over, and she's still right. And you go like, uh-oh. Wait a minute, let's do that. Because maybe I just spent some more time. And that's this is a true fact.
You ain't lying.
Psychologist, any therapist, that test is always, man go, no, he's done. She's still right. Hold on. He go like, wait, whoa. Maybe I can ask some more shit.
Right.
Because they don't think about it. Oh, well, maybe some of this stuff I'm thinking about because he stopped writing. She ain't considered. She's still like, hell no. It's a true fact. It's just what it is. But most men do not need a whole lot to be happy, where most women do, because that's what it's just true. Especially she's giving you kids, she birthed and all this. She needs more. Most of us just need time. Just give me a few days. I mean, an hour not to hear y'all mouth. Leave me alone. Give me something to eat. I got to go to work, and I'm fine. I don't want to argue about shit. I need peace. Peace. All we need. But
you're right. That's it.
Half the time you don't get it. That's why you're fighting in the house, arguing. You know, like, woman, really? Give me a break. I just need some peace. That's all. You know,
I
most
think
men are very simple.
I think this was a great show today, y'all. I told you this is gonna be a lit show. Sorry about the video. It kind of canceled some of the things that would happen. Okay. I think the next topic we're gonna or the next show we're gonna discuss is all right, ladies, how do you want us to shoot you? How you want us to approach you? You know, as far as shooting our shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how do you want us to shoot? Not only how do you want us to shoot our shot, but does it matter?
You're breaking up again.
How
breaking
you?
up.
You're roboting again.
You're roboting. We can't hear you.
Now, same person. Okay, can you hear me now?
No.
I don't even see you. You look like a robot. You're going like this and
wow.
Yeah, you just.
All right, now you're good. You should be good.
Am I okay? Road dog, am I good?
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. So the next the next show will be on now will you, for instance, will you give if a homeless person shot his shot at you, would you give him the same respect as far as a nice dressed guy? We're gonna kind of chop that up a little bit, and how do we handle breakups when it comes to divorces and actual breakups? So we're gonna do how to shoot. What is the proper way to shoot your shot, and we're gonna get that that opinion from you ladies. And not only that, is it okay? And I'm not talking about marriage proposals. I'm talking about if you like a certain gentleman, is it okay for you to open your mouth and maybe not even shoot your shot, but maybe, you know, drop a napkin, pick it up in front of him, maybe to kind of get his attention. Like, I got to get this guy's attention so he can.
Well, I mean, as far as that, all I'm gonna say is this: I sat there and told XL1 that I want to sit there and have his balls in my mouth.
Eliza, we gonna say that for the next show.
I mean, no, because you were sitting here talking about some other shit. I'm talking about sex.
Things to think about.
Honestly,
I should have just told you over the
You
phone.
start all this stuff, man. I don't know why you don't expect this.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
Like, why are
Okay.
you surprised? Like,
Thank you. Like,
For that one.
Eliza, do you got a cousin my age? That's all I keep asking.
man,
Do you
look,
got a
I
cousin my age?
got a friend. I got a friend. She
All right, nothing wrong with. Okay.
I don't know why.
Hey, you want what you want. I mean, you're not coming up to you and say, hey, girl, let me put my balls in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that.
I mean, but here's
That's
the
what-
thing.
Not to
Here's
you.
the thing.
No, okay, we live in a Me Too moment. We can't say no shit like that.
But listen,
What's wrong with
hear me
you?
out. Once again, you
Can't say
can't sit there and be able to listen and understand nothing if you're always talking. Here's the
No,
thing.
we're not discussing this. We're just talking about the topic. We're going to have to wait until the next show.
Next week's topic.
We can't wait.
The next show,
Liz is getting a jump start on it.
You got it.
I'm just talking about sex. This is what I want.
We can't talk about it now.
I'm not talking about it now. Chill. What I'm saying is, if we're gonna sit there and have a topic about shooting shots, breakups, and then shit like this, then can we please start honestly having some adult topics? It really seems like everybody's afraid to talk about sex. Guess what? If you're gonna have a relationship, hold on,
part of
Kdot.
it. It's
Hold
part
on,
of it.
Kdot. If we're gonna have a relationship, then guess what? It's time to talk about sex. How many shows do we have right now? And every single time I sit there and bring it up, I'm very, very vocal about my fucking sex life. I am. I mean, shit. I came from a strip club background to where pretty much whenever you're getting lap dances, we are dry fucking you. Whenever we give you lap dances, whenever we on a motherfucking stage, we are putting our bodies in motherfucking position so you can know what it's like to sit there and try to be knees deep, balls deep into that motherfucking pussy that y'all talking about. I'm over this whole being afraid to sit there and talk about some pussy and talking about some dick. If we're gonna sit there and talk about a relationship, then let's talk about that part of the fucking relationship.
You're right.
That's the part that everybody's chasing.
You're
All
right.
these women is trying to get that dick.
This is
All
what
these
you
men
get when
trying
you
to get
ask
that
for.
pussy. So
Everybody
let's
hold their hands up.
Just give
Keep
up.
your hands up
You ask
so
for.
she can see. We ain't got no weapons.
Kdot, I think it's time for us to play a Janet Jackson song.
Okay.
You know what
You better leave me alone. You better leave me alone, Road Dog.
Yeah, right, Road Dog. Okay, I ain't got no weapons. Okay, it's all good. I come in peace. Okay, I don't want you. You're right because it's called relationships and relationships. We haven't really dived into the relations. Okay,
part of a relationship.
All right. Well, we will talk. All right. Well, we will. Okay. All right. Let's talk about sex next week. Okay. We will talk about sex.
We talking about sex.
All right. Not a problem. I'm with it. I'm with it.
KD, we talked about sex every show. She slipped that in. She slipped it in every time. I don't care what we're talking about. She slipped that baby in.
I think it was actually. I think it was the first show. She was just like, "Look, okay, y'all, we're gonna have to end this because I'm looking at my husband right now, and
doing all this shit."
I'm like, okay, well, shit. Well, thank you for joining the show.
Be respectful. I could have sucked his dick on motherfucking camera.
I'm not mad at you.
Be respectful.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm gonna get my nut.
Her alone.
Call me the motherfucking squirrel at the end of the day. I'm gonna get my nut. Look, I'm not worried about y'all.
I'm not mad at you. I'm with you.
And I ain't getting
I'm with you.
I'm
with you. I'm on your side. Shit, I hope you get multiple orgasms. Shit, I'm rooting for you. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Spit it out.
I'm rooting for you. For the people.
Shit, we gonna sit there and talk
orgasm
about
for the people.
We need to sit there and have a conversation when it comes to women about why women are afraid to swallow. I mean, shit. Look, matter of fact, you know what? Okay,
we'll
look.
talk about sex.
Hold on.
Next
I'm gonna
week,
sit there and
we
put my
talking
link.
about sex.
Take notes for next week's show.
Y'all don't want to miss this show. We're gonna be talking about sex next week.
I will be early.
How to shoot your shot, all that shit. How to begin. We gonna be talking about sex. She's gonna be
I'm
driving.
gonna have pencil and paper. I'm gonna have my note. I'm ready.
I'm gonna have to take a. I'm gonna have to take a bigger.
I think I might get. I might drink some hard. I don't even drink, and I think I might be drinking just a little bit because this is gonna be interesting.
Hey, KD, I'm
And I don't
up
drink.
my boy. I'm up in
Mike,
Colorado
no.
Springs. Being my boy, I'm finna go have a drink now after this show. I'm waiting for my son to get back from the
Drink
cabin
and a
now.
cigarette. No,
I'm going. I gotta find a car right now in Colorado Springs. I'm finna. Y'all done wore me out. I'm going to find me a drink right now.
Right. Okay.
So what I'm saying is this, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, the sex is they call sex the glue that keeps relationships together. It is the glue that keeps marriages together.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can't sit there and talk about having a healthy marriage. We cannot talk about having a whole lot of other shit going on if we're not gonna sit there and talk about the fucking glue. Because that is some of the most important shit. And honestly, whenever it comes to men cheating, due to sex, men are visual creatures. They want to see something that look good, smell good, and taste good.
Talk
At the
to
end
me.
of the day,
Can we get a snap?
whenever it comes to women, we're psychological creatures. That means that honestly, as good as the men think they be fucking us right, they don't. That's why we sitting here trying to go somewhere else. So I mean, shit, if we're gonna sit there and have real conversations, people, let's have real conversations.
Okay.
If I need to start off today, I'll put my link in there. We can sit there and go on a show right after this motherfucker, and we can sit there and get the shit popping.
I can't take no more, y'all. Y'all
maybe not.
Look.
I'm gonna need another cup of coffee.
She ain't playing. She ain't playing. She ain't playing. She ain't playing at all. Okay, all right. Well, I'm excited about next week's show. Then.
Miss Becky, if you were in the audience, boo, I'm gonna need you on this show.
Lord have mercy. It's gonna be hot as shit if Becky gonna be in here. It's
We're gonna have multiple sexy ass women that's gonna sit there and tell these men how to really do what the fuck it do. And don't get me wrong,
I will give her a call and get it lined up.
Thank you. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I understand that there's a
Road
lot
dog
of
set
men
it
out
up.
there that's thinking that they're doing their job, but baby, they're not. And a lot of us women, a part of what we have is that we're not sitting there and being vocal and being honest about the shit. We're sitting here and trying to save egos and sit there and let these men do the sloppy ass shit that they doing. Nah, it's time to put that shit on blast. Ain't trying to hurt nobody, but baby, y'all won't know to fix it if y'all don't know there's a problem. It's time to sit there and start putting all the problems on the motherfucking table. Since Kdot's always sitting there talking about this next. Let's start putting the problems on that motherfucker. Let's start working that shit through.
You started it.
She's calling you out.
All right.
She's calling you out.
The queen.
Come on, bro. Come on,
The queen has spoken.
Come on, little bro.
The queen has spoken.
We may have to
She has
do a big
spoken.
smoke against Eliza and Kdot. I'm telling you.
Kdot don't want no smoke with
Look,
me.
man, I'm not gonna be able to talk.
I can sit there and drool.
I'm not gonna be able to fucking talk.
I'll be
Don't
like
you
this on the
start
show.
shit
I'll
over
be like,
here.
I say Kdot ain't gonna be able to have
I'll be
me,
like this on the
baby.
show.
I use
Liza,
everything
stop.
in my arsenal.
Stop, Eliza, stop.
There it is. I use everything in my arsenal. I sit there and make people real uncomfortable. I use everything in my arsenal.
Okay, y'all looking at the banner and y'all know what it says. Please support what we do here. If you love what we do and the conversations that we have, the conversation, relations and relationships, grown folk talk. Make sure you hit that Cash App, man, so we can support us, so we can give y'all even better content than we got right here. Support your boy. You know what I'm saying? Right. And right. So before we leave, I want to give everybody a final thought, and then we gotta go because I gotta take my son. We gotta go see Batman. We gotta go see the Batman. We gotta go see that.
Oh man, that's right. It is out today. God damn.
Yeah. So, Eliza, I'm gonna start with you. Go ahead, mamas.
My final thoughts, honestly, is that you know what, Derek Jackson is a narcissist. He's a piece of shit. I'm so happy that I didn't sit there and get with him. To sit there and say, you know, a lot of times we're gonna sit there and talk about shit that's gonna make people uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, that's part of relationships. Y'all got to sit there and get uncomfortable so y'all can sit there and fix the fucking problem. Next week we sitting here and talk theme song. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
First time I see Sweet Tea really get into it. Yeah, we gonna grab the.
All right. I mean, hey, you know
All
what?
right.
If y'all want a tidbit, I'm about to sit there and start my show and be on my panel here in literally probably about 10, 15 minutes. My shit is already up and ready to go.
Oh shit.
So,
Oh shit. I'm gonna watch it though. That's for damn sure. 'Cause it's gonna be hot.
You ain't gonna join in, but you gonna
It's
watch
gonna
it.
be a Kdot barbecue.
Okay.
matter of fact, everybody that's in the audience that sits there and watches the show, I want you all to have a partner. And while you all are sitting there having your partner and we're talking about sex, I'm gonna need y'all to start rubbing on each other's thighs and get some shit popping. That's
Okay, we ain't gonna be. I'm a single man. I ain't gonna
I
have
know
all
that's
that
right.
going on.
Hallelujah.
All right, yeah, y'all gonna be doing all that. I gotta go find me somebody. Let me go pay somebody to show up for that
you
shit.
need to find you a nice thing.
Ron said he'll be there.
All right, bet.
All right. So Road Dog, go ahead and what's your final thoughts, sir?
I pretty much agree with her that he's narcissistic. He is a piece of crap. Did his woman wrong, and for him to be getting monetization from this, I think is totally insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all I have to say is treat the one you're with the right way, and they'll always be there.
All right. All right, Miss Sweet Tea, go ahead. What's your final thoughts, ma'am?
Karma's a bitch, and it will come around, and he will get it when the right time is right. And do good. Be good to the people around you, your friends, and call out the bad people's bullshit when needed.
No question about it. What's up, my dude? All right. Old
Sweet Tea, I
school.
need
Go
you to
ahead
put
with
your link in a private chat, please.
Yeah, and you know what? And after we do the final thoughts, I want Eliza, if you can, just kind of acknowledge the people in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get the chance to do
Sweet Tea,
that.
I want you to put your YouTube link in the chat so I can go ahead and follow you, honey.
Old school. Go ahead with your final thoughts, sir. 30 seconds.
Final thought is that hey man, he's a fool. I just hated that we just did it one side again, just showing a narcissistic male. I'm sure there's narcissistic women out there too. So
Yeah, we're gonna do that
that's
too.
the only thing
Yeah.
maybe we should have did that on both sides so we can both see.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I can't stand men like that. I try my best to try to stay away from assholes or be somebody like that. And that's the reason a lot of us, as I feel, as males, not just black male, have problems we have now. So, hope this help, out there with somebody, relationship or going through some deals, but it is what it is.
Okay. And my final thought is, yes, I do believe he was a narcissist, and still is a narcissist, and I don't believe there's a cure for it. So, and
there's
I
a
agree.
bullet. Yeah, it is.
With,
it's a cure for him. That's what it is.
That's
a cure for his ass. A cure for him is this. That's it.
No, we didn't see that. We didn't see. Jesus Christ. Okay, old school.
I'm just being real, man. People like that. All that bullshit, man.
It was a toy gun. It was a toy. Anyway, what I'm saying is that no.
It was a toy gun. Damn it. Okay.
We was playing.
Here, I will say this. To answer old school.
Wait, I didn't finish my final thought.
No, hold on. Because I promise you're going to want this. Meghan Markle, the woman that sat there and married motherfucking Prince Harry. Oh, that bitch. Yes.
She's narcissistic.
Hold on. That bitch is a narcissistic motherfucker. You want female narcissists?
Yeah.
You got a famous one.
Right. Yeah, she is. She is.
Making sure y'all see who the fuck said that shit. If that queen want to come after me and all her fucking reptilians, bitch, send your lizards. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I think she's holding back again. I think she's holding back again.
My final thought. Jesus Christ. My final thought is, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these crazy ass people on my damn panel.
That's a good final thought right
Yeah,
there.
that's a good final thought. I love each and every one of you guys. Again, support the channel. You can go to the Cash App, $ DJ Kdot123. That's again $ DJ Kdot123. You can support the channel if you love what we do. Again, I just want people to be a little bit more open-minded as far as yes, do I watch Cops? Yes, I do. I understand that. Some people are a little disappointed because this is like, well, I thought this was a cop watching channel. No, it's not. It's not a fucking cop watching channel. It says DJ K Dot the party. That's exactly what the fuck it says. I just happen to cop watch. So I want to give you. I want to see my audience expand their mind a little bit more. Let's have the conversation about everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm Old dog, we're still trying to develop his show as far as the comedian roundtable, which is going to be a lit. It's going to be some funny. It's going to be. I just want to be a fly on the wall.
I don't know if I'm gonna invite Will. He crazy.
Like, yeah, but he's but here's the thing: we got to make sure we got to have the conversation at the end of the day, and that's what we just did. And please support Sweet Tea. She is doing a great job right now. She needs all the support in the world. Please go subscribe to her channel. And Road Dog, if you could put that in the comment section, I would appreciate that. Please go support her. She does great work. And she's a trooper, man. She really is. She's doing it the right way, and she's I love her style.
Yeah, well, I tell her I'm gonna be out here in Colorado Springs. Get out there and make sure nobody bother me. Watch those cops and tell them not to bother me because I'm not.
Oh, I got your back.
All right,
yep, I got you.
That's right. You is in the Springs. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So that's.
I'm armed too.
KD.
Oh, see, look, now you're talking sexy to me. A woman that got whipped.
Okay, go.
Yeah, go check out my video. I shoot smiley faces.
Oh, you do?
Oh.
Okay.
Look, I knew I might.
Kdot, you want to bring up the big smoke coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna let you do that. Go ahead.
We have a big smoke coming up. Of course, we're going to be calling out the guy that loves Panda yet again.
Yeah.
Give him another chance. But we have Big Man Audits that is calling out one Aztec Ninja. Stay tuned for that one. That will be Saturday.
Well,
next Saturday
juicy.
is when we're planning on to have it done at 11 o'clock Mountain Time. 12 o'clock
Y'all
Central.
don't want to miss that.
Yeah,
Y'all
it's
definitely
going
don't
to
wanna
be
miss
a good one.
It's gonna be a good one, and you know how I do it. And I come prepared, man. I come prepared. Big Smoke basically is about, man. It's a debating show, but you cannot bring feelings. You have to bring facts. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. You must bring fucking facts, and that's what you have to do. Big Smoke next Saturday, 11 a.m. Mountain time. So
See,
you definitely don't want to miss that.
No. Whenever we doing Big Smoke, we're gonna have to make that PM because ain't nobody gonna. How you gonna wake up being angry, like going off on with fucking bacon and eggs?
Oh, if you knew half of what these people are saying, all you have to do
That's
is
why I
listen
said
to
sit
it.
there and have that shit at night and shit. I want to sit. I mean, I don't even smoke weed, but shit, I want to at least see somebody sitting there smoking a blunt while somebody getting it in. You know what I mean? Shit.
I mean, they can smoke a blunt if they want. I mean, hey, but are they going to be sound? Are they going to be clear minded to debate? That's the thing.
But you know what? Hey, if they ain't clear minded to debate, then they don't need to be smoking weed. I'm just saying, I want to see somebody sit there and smoking some ganja. That's all I'm saying.
Want to see a
marijuana is known as a truth drug.
But we do need to have Eliza show up because if they don't show up, I'm going to have her throw down on Kdot.
Oh, please. Yeah.
Ooh.
Matter of fact, you know what? Let me get at Panda Bear, his little bitch ass. Yeah, I said what the fuck I said. Let me get at him.
She hard.
Yeah.
All right.
So
everybody. All right, y'all. It's stay tuned for that one. Thank you, Road Dog, for that. Man. Also, make sure you guys watch the Road and Toll show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes Saturday. I believe at 8:30 Central Time.
Yes.
8:30
Yes,
Central
starts
Time.
at
So
8:30 Central.
Okay.
make sure y'all please go support that man. And
I
y'all
always
do
love
y'all
voting.
thing. Oh,
Anytime
and before we go, Eliza, can you do me a favor? Can you go up and acknowledge the people that were in the chat today, because we didn't acknowledge them.
Definitely.
There's a lot of people.
So the first person off the top of my head is my old man.
We gotta go all the way up.
8,001. But yes, I also want to sit there and say thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Ron Stevens, Sweet Tea Audits, which she's here on our show. Mr. Mark Wilson, I absolutely adore you, and so does R.S. Cole. Mr. Seven Freedom Audits, Miss Beautiful, one and only Miss Becky O.
Yes.
We're also going to be here. Let me see. I'm going up as I'm talking, you guys.
Okay, Ron.
Police the Police.
Yes, he was here. He was here earlier. Yep.
Yes. He's sitting there talking about he's gonna marry Miss Becky O. We gonna have a talk about that because I don't know.
Yeah, Becky O.
She told me I was hers and she mine, and I'm sorry, ain't no room for no policing unless
I thought she was old school. Old school was like,
yeah, I
saw. You know, I like old school. I'm willing to share. I like old school. I don't know police to police like that. Are you a stripper? Are you a stripper, Graham? You gonna be coming in uniform? I don't know. So, Mr. McDonald.
For Miss Becky, I'll strip all day long to the brand.
See, that's what we love you, old school. New guru, Mr. Zamir, who went ahead and gave us a shout out from Iraq. We have new guru. I like Nudie. Let's see.
Heather Holt. Thank you, Mama.
Holt, Two Hats.
Judd.
Oh, Judd was in here.
Yeah, Toll for Life was here. Judd was in here. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can't scroll all the way up because I guess I can't get that.
I didn't. There's a lot of comments.
We had Too Tall Rob, Mark Wilson.
Too Tall Rob. Yep.
Two Hats.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I want to say thank you for everybody that's went ahead and decided that they were gonna support us enough to go ahead and not only join our panel, but also join our chat and listen to what it is that we have to say. And next week, I'll make sure you guys take notes. And even if nothing else, there's gonna be one or two things I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys write down that's gonna be able to help you all in your relationship. You might not think it'll help you now, but baby, don't worry. Anybody have any babies? Name them after me, Eliza.
Yeah, you definitely don't want kids listening to this. This next week is going to be hot and steamy. Okay.
Oh.
Oh yes. So.
All right, man. It's your.
Thank
all
you
right,
so
y'all. Yeah, sex talk. It's your boy DJ Kdot the party, and my beautiful panel, and my beautiful co-host Eliza Havoc, the queen of the show. And we out. Take us out, Road Dog. 1.